that's what it is. You never know what it's going to do. Right?
Nope.
Okay, should be coming back on in a minute. Off air, coming back live. Commercial. Commercial's clear. Oh, that's better. Yeah, see the difference in the picture, Ellen?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. Okay. Good Lord. Okay, we're coming in hot. Here we go. So, hi guys. Triple Threats here. Me, Ellen, and Donna.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, we don't have anything really choreographed. We're just going to kind of wing it, each doing our own thing. I'm going to start playing with my boxes that I've been obsessed with lately. You guys have probably seen pictures of this one and this one on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. And the one here on my desk I'm making for a friend of mine who he may never get it. He wanted a box big enough to keep like bills and paperwork on his counter, so I thought I'd try to make it manly colors, but I'm liking the manly colors, I gotta tell you. So, people have asked me to show them how I make the tiles and all that stuff, and I can't really do that. That's Lori Mika, M-I-K-A. I took one of Lori's classes at the Queen's Ink, where we made tiles to cover a journal in. Of course, you can put those tiles on anything you want to put them on. So she does boxes as well, and I started doing some little tiny wooden boxes, and then I found these bigger canvas boxes, and then I found these bigger wooden boxes. So if it's got a flat surface, I've been tiling it, and Dave's head could be next. Just saying. Bless his heart.
It's got a lot of space. Sorry, Dave.
You can probably hear us.
I know. So anyway, I will show you though how I'm putting these babies together. Patty, did you start the recorder? I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I'm recording. I am recording, and I will upload to YouTube once we get done. So anyway, I got this little wooden box, and these aren't all glued down yet. I'm just kind of playing with it. And I'm just going to show you how I kind of piece it together and play with this as I go. I glued some down last night, and they're not all glued down, so we'll just carry on with that. Question, Patty. Yeah, I am recording. I know those iridescent glass pieces really make it pop, don't they? You don't see it until you hit a certain angle. But I found these little tiles at Michael's, which really add to it. And these little sheets of tiles I got on Etsy, and I'm going to incorporate some of those. And we'll just start throwing this puppy together. Where's my glue brush and my glue? So I'm using Well-Bond adhesive for the gluing. Here's the bottom of the box. It's not finished, obviously, but I got kind of a gradient gray thing going on the sides for this one. And this glue's kind of thick, so I usually make a little puddle here on my palette paper. That was the bottle, not the artist, just in case you're wondering.
Oh no. Please, don't start.
Jesus, sweet Jesus. Too late.
Yeah, it is like a big puzzle, Pam. So I'm just going to dive in and start gluing this crap down. See what happens. And I brush it on. I put a layer. The Well-Bond says to put a layer on your substrate and a layer on the piece you're gluing. So that's what I'm going to do. So today when Ellen jumps in for her turn, she's going to be playing with her new stamps. And I think you guys know Ellen Vargo and her stamps. Yes, it is fun being all in the same room. And
could get scary.
I know.
I'm just
Be
saying.
afraid. Be very afraid. I am every time I'm with you guys.
That's why it works.
It's a brutal crowd. But and then Donna, she did a really cool project we got a peek at as she got here this morning. Kind of combining using Ellen's stamps and using some of my stamps. So that'll be cool for you guys to see. But anyway, this is what's going on here. I've got oops, I didn't, just as I said I glued the back, I didn't put any glue on the back. Did you notice that? Yes, they should be on your wish list, Jean. They're awesome stamps. That girl got it going on.
I'll be playing with all of them later.
Yeah, she makes some really cool stuff with them too. I had some of this put together here. Now I forget where the hell I was going to put it.
Wing it.
Yeah, I am winging it. So these, I love this. I have a texture stamp, one of those long, skinny, unmounted rubber ones that you can get with Connie Burns.
Hey, Connie!
Hey!
Hey! Miss you!
Let me show you the stamp. This is really, I really love this one. It doesn't look like it's very deeply etched, and you probably can't see it very well on this camera. But this is the stamp. And it's becoming one of my favorites. I was first cutting it up this way, so you'd see little bars of all the different designs. And then I cut it this way, and you get all these little different mixed bits like that. It looks very batik-y. I like it. So that's become one of my favorite stamps and doing this stuff. And I've also worked a few of mine in on the tiles too. Pretty sure I haven't noticed. Where are they? They're scattered in here. Here's my dangles. Stamps in here. And what else is in here? Here's dangles in a different way, embedded in the clay. Must have been one. Oh, and these little doohickeys here are some of my little petroglyph stamps. There aren't that many on this box yet, actually. The last box I did, there was a lot of them on there. And if you pre-coat your substrate well and let it dry, and then as you're working, you only need to put glue on one piece. Oh, really, Glenda? Well, that would have been a whole lot easier. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? She's saying if you can paint the whole substrate with Well Bond, and even if it dries, when you paint the piece to stick it down, it'll reactivate and it'll adhere.
Oh, that's cool.
That would have been good to know.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
wonderful.
good inflammation.
Inflammation.
So yeah, so this part is the part that is a little bit tricky because it is a puzzle. And I started, when I was doing this, the first couple I made, I was, I'd cover the whole box, just let them sit there, and then I go back in and take them off and try to set them beside the box in that same order and then put them back in. That seemed to be too much work. So now I'm trying to just lay part of them out and then go back and glue them in little by little. I'm not sure that's working out great either. But either way, it's a time-consuming, joyful pain in the ass, let's say. That's the best way I can describe it.
Oh, my Lord.
So, you know.
Help me, Jesus.
That's the best way I know how to describe it. So I'm going to take a little chunk of these away that aren't glued down yet and glue an area. Here we go. That is so handy to know though, because I was trying to like not glue like where I don't have something to go in there yet. Oh, see, I'm here to share my knowledge, but I always learn so much more from you guys than I ever know.
Takes a village.
Now that makes me think of Village People, and now I want to sing Macho Man.
Oh,
YMCA. Okay. Now you know why we're doing art.
I know. Like Donna said earlier, it's either this or Shepherd Pratt. Here we come. This might cost more, actually.
Those of you who
No,
don't live in
don't
Baltimore.
say that. Don't say that. I have my husband convinced that it's actually cheaper.
Hey, Dave's in hearing distance. Keep your voice down.
We can't get them together often. They'll have too many stories about us.
We had, the last time we were able to get together to play, we had the boys come over and join us later, and just happened to work out that one day kind of on the fly, and had some crabs out the deck and jalapeno poppers, and I don't know,
good.
Dave was
Wonderful.
cooking some burgers and dogs and poppers, and I don't know what all the hell we had, but it was good. Seemed like a good idea.
It was a good idea. Fabulous idea.
So, you love how my brain works. I'm not, it's been argued that if, I wondered if I actually have one, but I don't like the people that say that anyway, so it's okay. What I don't want to do, doing it this style that I'm doing now, just kind of winging the pieces as I go, without giving too much thought into it, is I don't want to end up in the center of having all the little tiny bits to try to fill in where I didn't think it through. So I'm going to try to like work in one area and then work in another area and not glue myself into a corner, so to speak. But these, I like these here, so I'm going to put these down. Where the hell did that go? Oh, this one here. Okay. Never mind. I got, oops, and I didn't put glue on the back. Lordy. No, never tell all your secrets. And I say that as my husband comes into the basement. Hello!
Hey.
Hey, babe.
Here's my husband. He's a brave man. He comes down here with all of us.
And I got Mojo. I got Mojo, baby.
Mojo's here.
Aw,
He's doing all better.
Aw.
He had a boo-boo recently.
He's giving me some loving.
Me and his daddy had to take him to the ER vet in the middle of the night the other day.
Okay.
But he's all better.
Any water in it?
I'm good. Water? I'm good.
Water, water.
Okay.
Thank you.
You want water too?
No, I'm good.
Oh.
Actually, thank you.
Okay. Pat, you need it?
I'm good, baby. Thank you. He nice boy. I know. I didn't get there yet. Bless his little heart. Oh, girls are saying, hey, Dave.
Too late.
Good man.
Hey, Shannon. I'm just assembling a wooden document box that I'm making for a friend of ours. He's a golf buddy of Dave's. So I made it a little bit more masculine colors than the last couple that I've made. But I really am liking it, so I don't know if he's ever going to see it.
Yeah. No.
I know, Shan, I've been watching some of your your posts on Facebook about the different your different antics and episodes of your move. Good Lord. That had to be quite a job, you packing up that size of a house yourself. Good God. I couldn't do it. It would take me out now. So the tiles are polymer clay. Everybody's asked me to do a Ustream or a YouTube video about how I make the tiles, which I really don't, I can't do that ethically, because I took the class from Laurie Micah at the Queen's Ink. She's got a book out though. Let me show you her book. And she describes in step by step how to make her tiles. And basically, I mean, it's polymer clay. You condition the clay, you roll it out, you stamp it, you cut it up, you color it, you bake it, and then you throw it on something. But this is her box, I mean her book. And it's fabulous. She is fabulous. And it's awesome. Her work is unbelievable. All kind of details and ideas in here about stuff. So you can run out and grab her book. Hey, Erica. Oh, I know. I bet, Shannon. Hopefully you won't have to think about that for a while. Anyway, but sheesh. So the ads, I think, Jean, you would know for sure. Jean is like the expert. I think people use View on Chrome and can somehow get by with no ads. Or you can also, I think, pay like $3.99 a month to be ad-free on Ustream. And if you watch it a lot, you know, that would be worth it to you, because they are frustrating as all get out. Sometimes I don't cut these exactly right, and I go back in and just shimmy off a little bit of the edge where it's a little less than straight. And you'd be surprised what that little hair of polymer clay will do when everything else is square. And you have one that's not. Oh, frustrating, I gotta tell you. And I like to add in these black and white ones too. I need to make more checked ones. They're kind of cool. So let's see. I need one this size right in here. See what I mean about getting myself into a corner? Will that go? Oops, hello. It won't go like that, but I could cut off a little bit. Oh, will this go? Nope, that one's a little too skinny. Ah, there's a term I don't use much.
Nor do any of us.
Oh, crime, at least. Well, you know. I like to think that if the world ever has an issue with gravitational pull, that I have a lot more chance of survival than somebody that weighs about a third of my weight.
Tastes like chicken. You never
What was that that flew? Something that I know.
We'd be the feast.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I do with make out with cannibals. That might not be the way to go.
Oh, God.
How did this happen? Hey. Yeah, it must be Chrome then, Liz, that is the way to go to get around the ads. And I don't know why, but God bless. Oh, where the hell did that go? Oh, that's what flew when I heard metal drop. Oh, that's what it is. All these tiles that aren't glued down yet. You know what? Let me do that. I'm trying to make a little frame here with these little tiles. They're on this grid, you know. They're on this, you know, this mesh grid where how you can buy a lot of tiles now, but then that grid is meant to be grouted, and I'm trying to use make as little grout room as possible on these boxes. And I'm going to grout it with these really fine holeless, no hole beads that I found a website for. It's micro beads. Yeah, that's what it is. And they have no holes in them, and they are micro. Let me tell you, some of them are 0.06 millimeters. I think
really,
they're
really
like,
tiny.
yeah, like almost like ground grains of salt. But they fill in these little tiny cracks and put a little glossy accents down in there and let it catch them. That works pretty good. But I don't want to have to do that over the whole box. So where I can fit stuff in, where it fits, you know, kind of butt to butt in there. That's what I want to do. So I took these off the mesh so I could get them all scrunched up together and avoid that grouting. Of course, doing this, I'm completely looking down, focused away from the screen, so I will look up every once in a while and see if I can get so I hopefully don't miss any questions.
You're gonna have to help me with that.
Yeah, I'll watch I'll watch the screen for you when you're on, Donna.
Oh, good, thank you.
Yeah.
You know how I zoom.
I'm gonna do the same
Who
thing.
the hell is that woman?
Oh, that's a good idea, Denise. If you want to change the color of the micro beads, alcohol ink them.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't think about that. I just bought 100 different colors. Well, 20 maybe.
Because you really wanted to buy those colors.
Keep it down. My husband's in
you.
earshot.
It's a volume thing.
Keep it down.
It's
Keep
not
it
the
down.
color. It's not the color, it's the
There.
volume.
There are things my husband would rather not know.
There's things you
God
rather
bless
not
him.
wanting to know. Let's get that straight.
Ixnay on the Umarays.
Don't you like how she throws us under the bus, Ellen, when we're here?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
makes herself look
Shannon
real
gets
good.
all
and
over the
nice.
bus.
Look at them. Look at them.
One of my
Take the
friends,
eye
Shannon
off
Green,
me.
just posted on here. I'm not sure why Patty's video have a diuretic effect on me, but you keep me regular. Hey, at my age, there's something to be said for that too. Let me say.
That's the Dee.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, and the
that's
dog
funny.
barked on that one.
I know. That's Babe agreeing. Oh, criminally. I know. Poor Dave. God love him. I thought I needed those colors, Vicky. I mean, let's be realistic.
That's the first thing I
Oh,
said
she's
when
got
I-
Laurie's got a Kindle edition for her book. She's got an ebook.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good to know.
But I gotta touch it.
You're a book
I'm
toucher?
A toucher. I'm a book toucher. Now, I love Kindle, but I am a book toucher, especially with the graphics and stuff. I just like it.
Yeah.
And I've had her book for a while, but
I have
did
too.
anything
You know
with
what?
it.
My friend Jen got it for me for a birthday, like when I was doing glass, because it had to do with mosaics, and she didn't realize it, and I forgot I had it. And then I took her class, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh my God.
I think I have that book, and I dug it out, and I've been looking at it ever since.
And I got her to sign it.
I can't. Oh, see,
Well,
I wasn't
the other
that
thing
smart.
is she's got a great story behind her book.
Yeah,
I mean, she is very, very soulful.
yeah. She, you know, they're doing a retreat in San Miguel for Day of the Dead, an art retreat.
Yes, I did.
I would
saw
love
it
to
when
do
it was
that.
full.
Yeah.
But see, I'm with the Day of the Dead when I'm with you guys.
Jesus, nice.
Nice.
I don't have to travel there.
Well, that'll save an international incident at least.
Yeah. I kind of got a little worried when you wanted to put me online.
I know.
That's a whole new dimension.
Donna
might
in-
not be ready for that.
The fourth dimension.
I know. Do 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 do.
No comments, Miss Connie.
Get on that retreat, Chica.
Amazon, the paperback is $42
Oh my God.
Is it
for
really?
Laurie's book?
Oh, wow.
That can't be right. Something ain't right
On
there.
Amazon?
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
think it's out of
Amazon, the new paperback is $42.
print. Oh, I bet.
Hang on, let me see what this
But
says
it's
on
out
here.
Of print. It's out of print.
So does that mean the price goes up
I
then?
think it does if they're
And
coming from secondhand. Amazon also has secondhand sellers.
Here, this one is $22.99.
Right, but it might be secondhand sellers on Amazon.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay.
But wouldn't she? I mean, it's so popular. She would come out again, though, right? They would print again.
I don't know.
I don't know how that works.
I don't either. I don't know how that works. But I couldn't find it anywhere when I went back. So
Huh.
I think it's pretty popular now.
Yeah, I didn't realize that she went to Create, and I just found her at the Queen's Ink. Is when I learned about it. I saw the class, and I thought, ooh, I like that.
Oh yeah.
And but now, and I had already signed up for my classes in New Jersey and Create, but I will jump on her classes the next time possible again.
And she is
I just
so
really
sweet
like her.
and gracious.
Yeah, she's really,
She's something.
yeah, she really is.
She is something. If you get a chance to take a class from her, take one. You will love it.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially with your best friends, take it.
Yeah.
Make it an adventure.
You want to show a little preview of what I'm doing?
Oh yeah. So here Ellen is over there. Oh, look at you. She's over there playing with her new stamps, doing some backgrounds and a little bit of collage on top of these black dots. They were stamped on tissue, and she collaged those on this background. That is what you call a whole lot of yummy right there. So stay tuned, coming up. We're gonna pass the camera. We're gonna pass the camera at noon, and
Looks like I think it's raining.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is raining.
Yeah.
We got the windows open downstairs. It was so nice here.
But we got busted too.
I know. Dave's out. Dave was on a what is that?
God
say?
forbid I get in the way of John Wayne.
I know. Yeah, Dave was on a golf trip this week and just got back yesterday, and he's catching up on his laundry and kicked back in the sunroom with both pups laying on him, watching his John Wayne marathon. Of course, the windows open on the sunroom are right outside the basement door where we are. So when I went upstairs to get something to drink before we started, $85 used for her book.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Ah, that is a little crazy. Anyway, Dave, I went up to get some water, and Dave said, "Oh, I think it's Donna's there. I might have to turn up the TV." I thought, oh, nice. And he means that in a loving way, of course.
Yes.
But ooh,
I do not take offense. It was affectionate.
Said with love.
Affectionately.
this is Primo 3 clay that I'm using on these. And actually these tiles,
I guess she doesn't mind that I'm all glittered up over here.
Nah.
no, sparkle
Okay.
farkle over there.
Because it's everywhere.
Most of these tiles are black clay. You can see the backs of them. Everything's black.
Now it actually
And it's
came
got
out.
this Mona Lisa precious metal powder in platinum. I just dip in with my finger and rub over top of it, and that's what's colorized all these like black and silvery looking tiles.
And do a preview.
So yeah, that's what they are. So it's Primo 3.
Actually, I think I'll do the preview
Sculpey
one.
Primo 3, I think it is.
You did the preview. So
I have some Fimo, like one of the little boxes I did with like a turquoise and purple theme when I first started doing them, if you guys saw pictures. Oops. That that was Fimo. That's really harder. Noise, my sister says I'm too loud. Ah! Put in some earplugs.
You make me dainty.
That's right. Jean said it just means you enjoy having fun, Donna.
Yes.
See?
Yes. Thank you.
Dave loves it too. He just
Yeah.
likes to harass him whenever possible.
It's just more to love.
Yeah. Connie, we need to figure out how we can all get together again sometime. You should move closer, I think. That would help out. And Terry, we can't get her loose from working.
Is she on?
No,
Terry on?
no. I haven't seen her. She's probably working today.
Yeah.
So Terry Quinn, as a friend of ours that works at Queen's Ink, that we try to get together when we can, but it's so hard getting everybody together. Let's see what that's looking like. I forget
If
what.
only none of us had to work.
I know.
Yeah, that is a.
I'm working on hitting the lottery. I'll let you know how that goes.
Gotta play to win.
Jean said she's going to put earplugs in her sister's stocking at Christmas. Take a hint, sis. Plug them up. I got to get my brush is all mucked up. What you need there, girl?
I'm not bothering you.
No, you're not bothering me at all.
For a toothpick or something for adhesive.
Oh, well, there's some up in the kitchen. If you want to go, I can tell you where they are.
It's a little stick. Anything. But I mean,
I have popsicle sticks like
good.
these fat ones.
Yep, that's good. Give me one of those. That works. I don't want to be bothering you while you're doing your session.
That's all right. We kind of wing it.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Jen, I haven't used polymer clay much ever, other than this, and I just am addicted to this at the moment. I have this.
What was this? I guess we better bring out Webster's. This.
Everybody's a smart ass.
Chica.
There, that'll go there.
Oh, here, I'll use
Okay.
this. This is even better.
Okay, what haven't I glued down over here? Oh, here we go. Let's go up this side. Connie said she'll be back. She's got to do 16 Halloween invites. I've never been to college. Oh, 60. Sorry, 60.
I guess we're 3, right?
Right.
Just do 57. We already know. Connie and her husband and the kids do an extravaganza, apparently, that their whole house is. Have you ever been there, Ellen?
I have been. It is insane. Every square inch of house is Halloween. Inside, outside, garage, yard, everything.
Where do they put all that stuff in the non-Halloween season?
They have a very big garage with an upper section for storage.
Wow.
And a basement.
There was
I mean, it's crazy.
Impressive, huh?
Very impressive.
Oh, here it is.
Rivals any haunted house you could ever visit.
I got my husband.
There we
That's enough.
Nice.
I told you, he was dressed normal out front, giving kids candy, standing by the tree, and they all screamed and ran away. He didn't even have a costume on. That's just wrong.
He's a big guy, but I mean,
It was hysterical.
oh my God! Talk about your complex.
Because they screamed and ran away when I moved.
Hey, Eileen.
They thought it was the dummy near the tree.
Jesus God. That'll give a man a complex.
Yes,
Really?
it will. But it was funny. What is wrong with you? He goes, I scared the kids. Because I was standing by the tree when I moved and said, Happy Halloween.
Haul ass down the street. Oh my God.
So, there you go.
Jesus. Oh my God. What are you gonna do?
That's right. What are you going to do?
Ooh, here's one of those, my favorite pattern lately. I should lie and say that one of mine is my favorite.
Do that now.
One of mine, I know.
Just opened your mouth.
Open mouth. And decrease stamp sales. So my planner stamps, guys, should be in. I was hoping they'd come in today. Hey, Dixie. Hey, Bliss. But of course they're not. But Donna will give you your stamp fix. Ellen well, and Donna actually are going to be using stamps. Are going to give you your stamp fix today. Oops, that's a little too long. How did I not? Oh, mercy. Take a little bit of that off of there. Oh, look, a perfect fit. I was hoping they'd be in by now, and they're not, so they should be in very soon, if maybe later today even. And I'll do another stream or a YouTube playing with those in my planner. So hopefully they will appeal to the masses that are doing the documented life projects with the to-do lists and the borders and the date doodler things on there and that stuff. Hey, Rachel. Okay. Yeah, it's raining pretty good out there.
Feels good though.
Yeah, it does. Finally had the windows in the house open all day yesterday. Which is saying something, because it doesn't happen too much for me.
Oh yeah.
Me neither.
Not in the summer.
Yes,
Forget
that's
that
true.
crap. That ain't happening. So this is how this kind of comes together. Little by little, piece by piece, slowly I tile, step by step.
Inch by inch. Lucy.
Yeah.
Love that
I
episode.
know.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
One of my favorites was her stomping the grapes.
Oh my god. I
Kicks.
am the queen of the gypsies. Gypsy. Remember that? I got a visual. That's one thing they didn't get a visual.
I know.
Right.
Keep the camera off of Donna. 90. We went from 95 to 45 degrees. Where do you live, Sandy?
Oh my goodness.
Holy crap. In Iowa. Wow. It's a little extreme. I'm going to glue more of this now that I know I can. See, the only reason I do this stream stuff is to learn what you guys already know.
Don't you like that cinnamon?
I act like I know.
The glitter.
Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah.
That cinnamon.
Wait, oh
glitter.
my God, look at that.
Take it over.
That'll be
Whole...
the preview under. They'll have
Let
a
me
little treat. You
let me
want
see a
that?
little sneak preview.
Okay.
Here's what Donna's working on over here. This woman, I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that card. That is awesome. She's talking the cinnamon. She's talking about the glitter she outlined with, and did some of the fine work inside the card. Amazing. So that's kind of what Donna's going to show you, using alcohol inks on some Yupo and stamping on it, all kind of stuff. She got it going on, let me tell you, that girl.
I didn't have much of a choice.
Oh yeah.
Tell that story.
Yeah. Donna, Ellen, and I talked about doing a group stream, and I just kind of added Donna to it. Surprise, you're up.
I found out from my
Well, it was
neighbor.
her idea.
Oh yeah, that's right. She was outside and her neighbor said, "Oh, I hear you're gonna do a group stream with Patty." She said, "What?" Oh, surprise.
Voluntold.
Good grief.
How's it coming along, Pat? Good?
Yeah, not bad. Me likey. Snowed in Wyoming. Good Lord.
Oh, it's snowing in Wyoming? Oh, wow. Oh, this is beautiful.
Thank you.
Is there a delay?
30-second. About a 30-second delay.
I mean, I'm watching
I
you
know.
not do anything, and I'm seeing your hands on there.
I know. So here's pretty much live.
What the hell is this?
This is my camera software.
Oh, okay.
I know it looks like I could launch a rocket to the moon.
Yeah.
So here, this is like a half a second delay. But see, that's pretty much live.
Okay.
So here, they'll see my twinkling little fingers. In about 30 seconds, you'll see all that come up on here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it's a little tricky.
Oh, that's interesting.
But
That's interesting.
you know,
Yeah.
listen to Babe up there. What a
Well, I can
boob.
tell you're comfortable doing this.
Well, it's a little awkward at first. I was always afraid I was going to miss some of the questions.
Right.
You know, and you can't. Trying to watch
When you get focused.
what's going on there
Right.
and watch what the hell I'm doing.
It's multitask.
And yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so, and I used to bring down my iPad and my computer, so I would have my camera software going on one, and watching this Ustream, what the people are seeing that are watching me are seeing, and trying to get the difference there and make sure I'm in frame and all that kind of good stuff. So Dixie's who's with you? Hey Dixie, my friends Ellen Vargo are here, and Donna Walsh. Of the Criminally Insane.
Oh, thank you.
We I'll let Donna, you can tell the story about how we kind of met and came to be.
So I guess, can you hear me? I guess
Yeah, they'll hear. Yeah, they'll hear you.
Okay. So I want to say, has it been about a year and a half? Tim Holtz was teaching a class at the Queen's Ink.
At least 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago in the summer. And it's really kind of bizarre how you never know who you're going to meet and how art brings you together. But Ellen and I were taking a Tim Holtz class, and Patti was kind of working the class. And Patti Euler is really the queen of bringing everybody together. And we were having conversation one day and kind of pulled together, not realizing that we were connected. We were all homegirls. We all came from the same hometown and graduated from the same high school. I don't know if Ellen, no, you graduated from, your husband, Ellen's husband graduated from my high school with my brother. But we didn't know that until we were on a retreat together, where we all sat and what I call co-create, which is what I really prefer to do than receive instruction in class, is we get together and we play, and I just call it co-creating. And as we were chatting and co-creating, it turned out that all our relationships were connected, where Patty's brother graduated a year after me, Ellen's husband graduated with my brother. We had people in common. We just had our hometown, and it was really like, God and art just brought us together. So since that time, we've been getting together regularly and adding people to our, I guess, venues here and there, and it's been wonderful. And so that's really how it began for us. And now you can't separate us. And that might not be a good thing.
Yeah, so we met, so Connie, that was just on here that's doing the Halloween invitations now, she puts together a little retreat, which is the retreat that Donna was talking about, where I don't know what I did wrong, but I was invited.
Ellen invited me the year before, and then you came the year after.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Donna invited me. It was kind of one of those, it's just a small stamp camp, as they used to call it, yeah. Just a small retreat, and with everybody kind of vetted, so you don't get any psychos in the group, if you know what I mean. I don't know how I got in. It was clearly an oversight on Donna's part, but they made the mistake of inviting me. And then we were actually, for a while there, we were able to get everybody together. Was 5 of us that were trying to get together, more than just stamp camp.
Right? What's our
Teal Capato. Teal Capato. We took our first 2 initials of our names, and that was the 3 of us, and then Connie and Terry Quinn. Oh, question. Patty, what are you working with? Tiles, stamped images. So they're polymer clay tiles. And I am putting them on a wooden box lid for a friend of ours. It's a document size box. This one is actually for a man. That's why I kind of did more manly colors, but I'm liking the manly colors. Just saying. I'm using Wellbond, Erica, but these are polymer clay. And I learned to make the tiles this way from a class I took with Laurie Micah. And I was just showing her book a little bit ago. They are wonderfully addicting. You just kind of condition the clay, roll it out, stamp it, color it, bake it, start gluing that stuff down. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, I'm looking here for YW, what's that? Oh, you're welcome. Patty, show the book again. I'll do that. Hang on one sec. Let me get this out of my hand. Oh, I got to trim that one. It's a little cattywampus. This is Laurie Micah's book. It's M-I-K-A, Laurie Micah.
Well, I thought it was C-A.
Yes, Jen, absolutely. I forgot to tell you guys, I do have links enabled. So please do share your whatever, your blogs, your Wetsy.
Etsy?
That's if you wear depends.
Wetsy shops, yeah. For where you sell, where you wear your depends on Wetsy.
Jesus. Etsy.
Itsy bitsy Wetsy. Yeah, share your links. She's gotten distracting me. You know I easily distract.
No, I never got that.
Yeah.
No.
There we go. Wetsy. Eileen, I know I had the book for 2 or 3 years and didn't realize I had it. Somebody gave it to me as a gift. Links aren't working. Oh, you know why? Thanks, Trina. They're not working because remember I dropped early on because the focus. Squirrel, you got that right. So they're working now. Try the links again. I forgot when I drop and come back on, I have to enable the links again. So going to get ready to switch over the camera here shortly and pass it over to Ellen. I don't have the book. There we go. There's a link. Yeah, Rach, I've been making tiles like a maniac, and I kind of go overboard with whenever I really like to do something, in case you haven't noticed. I like doing this. Oh, this is why this didn't work. This was supposed to go in there, you dumbass. Oh, lordy, look what I did. Oh, maybe that was... What did I do there? I hosed myself up. Well, that wasn't my plan, but it's pretty stuck on there now, so we're going to have to come up with another plan. Luckily, I have a lot of tiles to choose from. Looky there. Plan B. Oops, where was that? And these kind of, with a tissue blade, even after they're cooked,
I'm just my face at it.
they're kind of easy to tweak. There we go.
You guys are gonna have to do the question thing. For
You
me.
think
Not
I'd make
completely.
you?
The time delay is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to get used to at first. But that, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help you.
So do they get the delay?
No, they're seeing what they
They're seeing
see
you real
live.
time. Okay.
It's a real time for them, but it's actually about a 30-second lag for what we see.
Okay. From what we see.
Yeah.
Okay.
See and see.
Yeah, so see and say. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. That does kind of.
So once you say something that's inappropriate, you got 30 seconds to regret it because then it's out there. There ain't nothing you can do to take it back.
Good to know. Good to know.
So I just act like everything I say is intentional.
Right.
Some people never come back.
Right.
And others do. Yeah, whatever. I just kind of do my own thing.
That's all you can do is do your thing.
Oh, there's Trina's blog. Great, thanks, Trina. You guys, feel free to share anything on my streams because I think the more we put out there, the more we share, the more we learn.
Yes.
And I'm not one of those people that, nope, it's all about me. You can't have your stuff on here. Screw that. I'm a sharer.
Got 3 of them.
Yeah, I know. I know. See, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just a like-minded kind of a...
It's free.
A
when
deal.
You kind of give it away and put it out there, so you have to do the next. You have to be experimental and creative. That's about it. That's how you get better.
Okay. But see, just today, learning that about this glue,
That's huge.
that's going to make the next one so much easier. Didn't know. Uh-oh, which way does that go? That way? There we go. I like adding these glass tiles, though.
I do too. They give some neat dimension, and
Yeah.
I like to put jewels on top of them.
Yeah.
You know, kind of gives different focal points.
Let's see. Oop, that's the same one. I don't want to put that there. Is that that one? Is that where that went? Ooh, look at that. Perfect fit. Oh, thanks, Trina. Yep. You just, if I'm not going to have fun doing it, by jiggities, I ain't doing it.
Right.
Why bother?
And I know.
Absolutely.
Life's too short.
Exactly.
And we all of us here feel the same way, and that's why we do what we do and have fun doing it. And we'll continue to do so. So we talked about making this like a monthly thing. So if you guys think it's worth it and think you had fun and maybe even want to put in a request at some point, like we'd like to see you guys do this together or something, if we can, you know, if it's fun for us and if we can do it, we'll keep going.
For us.
Yeah, and if we can't do it, we'll make Donna do it.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
So, you know, it's that easy. That's all.
Girlfriend.
So they're voting yes for monthly.
Cool.
I used to not like my monthly, but I like this monthly.
Well, they're voting for it now. They've only seen you.
I know. Hey, you guys can change your mind if you don't like it. If you,
Change your mind.
if you don't care for Ellen and Donna, what they're doing,
Yeah.
give me a private message.
Let her know.
I'll see what I can do to get rid of them.
Let her know.
Just kidding. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it. Okay. Oh, 12 on the nose. Good Lord.
I'm just
Pass by me. Hang on. Let
Are
me
you
schmutz
serious?
this down.
Already?
Yeah. Okay. So put your seatbelts on. Buckle up. We're going to move the camera.
Take a little potty break.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, how will I be able to see if the thing's right?
I will have to tell you that. I'll have to tell you if you're on screen. So stand by, guys. We're going to pass off to Ellen. So
And
this
we're
is
in training.
this is a first. Yeah. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Put your seatbelt on. No. Oh, I got to give you this block. Right. Hang on. Let me unsnap. Oh, look, it fell out. What do you know? So this has to go on here some way, somehow. What the hell? There we go. And then this can go. Snap that.
And did we
Yeah,
do it?
let me
Do it this way.
I think we can do. Oh, you know what? You can plug this into your powder strip I gave you. if we need to. The battery should be good for quite a while. But should you need some battery. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Hang on. Hang on to your hat. Let's see where you are.
Not good.
That was me. Let's turn this way.
I can't do that. I can't plug it in.
Doesn't work? I don't think you'll need to. I think the battery's going to work for a while. Oh, there you go. Okay. Go around the other side of the pole. Take, no, the big pole. Here.
Here, this way.
Hang on!
Hello?
Grace, I'm getting dizzy.
Yeah.
All right. Almost there, guys.
It's not going to stay.
How about that? All right, let me go over here and see which way you got to go, Donna, because I can see you live.
You can see me live? Or you see, or did you call
No.
her
Oh,
Donna?
you know what? We're upside down. Oh, I called her Donna. Jesus, everybody's Donna.
I'm going to be Terry, by the way, later in the day.
We got to go completely around.
Because Patty can never remember my name. She calls me Terry all the time.
I do.
So I'm confused. I have an identity problem.
This is, you were upside down. It's got to face this way.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Hold on, guys. Thought I had it figured out, but I kind of don't. We had this all practiced out here this morning.
That's better.
Hang on. Well, you're 30 seconds behind, so you're not really seeing what you're seeing. Hold on, guys.
That is very not.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. This actually went smoother in practice.
I wasn't here. Just to let you know.
Wait a minute. Let's see. How does this... What is... Hang on, hang on, hang on. What the hell?
Why on earth?
God, Patty. Everybody's going to have to take Dramamine.
I know. No shit. They're used to me doing something stupid, so it's not too much of a shock.
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Told
I'm
ya.
definitely going to have to do something over here when we get set up.
Hang on. Let me see
We're
where
just
we
gonna
are.
do a transfer. Is that good?
Almost. No, we gotta go this way. Oh, for Pete's sake. Hang on, guys.
We probably should have switched spots. Do you think? No, you're good?
Not
Are you
really.
good?
Not really.
No. Patty, I
No,
might
it's
move
too
to
far.
your space.
Hang on. It's not as far off as you'd think,
Okay.
actually. It just has to tilt a little more. Oh, God!
Is that magnetic?
Yeah, it's magnetic.
Is that it?
Let me see where this is. Let me see your hands. Okay, let me see this. That's in center screen right now.
Okay.
So that's 30 seconds behind. So you'll see.
Good idea.
There.
There you go.
Okay.
Good Lord.
Okay.
Whoever hasn't fallen off your chairs.
Really, or gotten motion
Jesus.
sickness.
Oh my God.
Okay,
So-
it's my turn. It's Ellen Vargo. I think we finally got this set up. See if I can get this situated so you can see what I'm doing. I think today we're just gonna keep it pretty simple. I'm gonna be playing with my stamps from Paper Artsy. We're gonna do a masterboard with a whole lot of like brayer painting and background stamping and paint stamping, archival ink stamping, and some collage. And then we'll do different things with the masterboards. We'll do some ATCs, we'll do some cards. Some of it could be pieces that you frame. And we'll just see what evolves as we go.
Yeah, keeping it simple.
Well,
sounded simple.
sort of simple. It's sort of simple.
Simple for her.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
So for those of you that don't know my stamps, I thought I'd just start with showing them to you. So this is the first stamp set. It's just bold shapes, and these are good for either focal images or as background stamps if you use a lighter shade of ink or paint. The next set is, I call them my scratchy shapes, and these are awesome for backgrounds.
They're awesome for everything.
I love doing repetitive patterns, so I'll take any one of these images and just repeat stamp it over and over and over again. And I did a little bit of that while Patti was doing her thing earlier. So this is a tissue paper that I just repeat stamped with another one of my scratchy shapes. So you can see, very easy to get a big repetitive pattern that you can then collage onto a background later, or you can stamp directly onto your piece. So I have a couple sets of the scratchy shapes. They're great. This one is just great for textures and interest, or just, you know, if you want to use the stripes to do a little stripe up the side or even across the center. You can easily repeat really any of these patterns. The diagonal one you can line up and repeat stamp. Same with this one. And the same with the one that kind of looks like owl eyes. That's what everyone says. You know, I designed it so that you could repeat it and get a whole line of those. The next one is leaves and pods, and you could use these really for anything. This pod shape sort of looks like layers of an onion. That repeats very nicely. You can repeat the leaf shapes for a vine. Good accents. The next one is, I just call it the lines set, and it's all different versions of lines. You have some very fine painty lines, a little bit bolder here, smaller section to repeat. Got some lines with dots at the top.
Maybe we'll just bring you over
Got
here.
scribble lines, and I like this kind of crisscross checkerboard one. That's good for a lot of stuff. The next one is the circles. So we've got anything from real small dots that you can repeat stamp, and we'll be using that later. I did a little bit of that. If you do that repetitive on tissue paper, you get an awesome pattern. And you saw I had collaged that onto the preview that Patti showed you earlier, which looks like this.
Well, I can see you live and 30 seconds delay because I've got both windows open.
So
Oh, yeah.
now we're getting into my three newest stamp sets, which are,
Thank you.
this one is scratchy backgrounds, which it's just bigger stamps overall that have a pattern to them already, and you can repeat it, so you can really cover a lot of ground quickly for a background. And we'll be using one of these later, so you'll see how to line them up and repeat stamp. I've got Patti monitoring the questions for us because I'm just focusing on talking and showing, and so if you guys have questions, shout them out, and Patti will alert me.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. It's very tricky if you guys haven't done the stream, or this end of the stream before. It's a lot to try to take in at one time. Do the work, talk without blabbering, and keep an eye on the stream, so the chat, so you know what you know what's going on. See, I was just distracted by Donna acting like she's modeling something over there. So yeah, so I'm watching the questions, so I'll repeat the questions to you
Okay.
when I see them come up.
The next one is my second set of scratchy shapes, which some of them are just miniatures of the originals. So we have, a big circle on set number 2, and then we have a mini circle on set 8. We have a big triangle and a small triangle, big rectangle, small rectangle, and then we also have some new shapes as well. And some of these coordinate back to the bold shapes. So we've got the arch shape, like a window arch, and then we have a diamond, scratchy diamond shape. I also added a scratchy chevron shape, and this I guess it's like a keyhole stamp. That's the best description I've been able to come up with for it. I just love the shape. And we'll be using that again today as well. And then the final set that I have is set number 9, and it's something very different for me. They are patterned petals or leaves, or really whatever you can think of to do with that shape, but it was originally intended so that you could build different shaped flowers, different sized flowers with different patterns. I also did some flower centers with different patterns. But the most important thing about this set is that there's one that just is an outline, so that you can stamp this over anything and get whatever pattern you want. So if you have a favorite text stamp or book text or dictionary paper or a map or even a favorite scrapbook paper, you can get whatever pattern you want. You just stamp this onto it in black and then cut it out, and it's, you know, it's a simple cutout, not a lot of fussy cutting. So that's the most versatile stamp there for sure, because you can do anything with it. So that's the stamp sets. So I just wanted people that maybe weren't familiar with my stamps to get us a glimpse
where to buy them.
At what I've been up to. They are available for sale at Simon Says Stamp in the US. They are also available at Frantic Stamper in the US. It's franticstamper.com. And then, of course, in the UK, they're available at paperartsy.co.uk. And, of course, they're never out of stock there. Simon Says Stamp is ordering more in quantity recently, which is great. So they're not disappearing quite as quickly. The last time I checked was about a week ago, and I think they had most of the sets in stock. So if you're interested, just go to simonsaystamp.com and do a search for Ellen Vargo, and all 9 sets will come up.
I can't believe you're on 9 sets already. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I can't keep up with you guys.
So Patti showed you earlier a little sneak preview of what I was working on over here while she was doing her part of the stream.
Connie's back.
And
Hey, Connie.
so I wanted to show you that again. And we will do something very similar to this, but in a different color palette. But I started with 3 coordinating shades of the Paper Artsy Fresco Finish paint. And they come in all kinds of different colors. Most of you may be familiar with them, but they're for sale at Paper Artsy as well as Simon Says Stamp. So they are available in the US.
So this, not to interrupt you, but this camera doesn't have a zoom, but you can go up to about 6 inches close to it.
Okay.
To get a closer picture of it if you want to, but
All
any
right.
closer than 6, you kind of get blurry.
All right. Well, I'll see that and see.
Yeah, let's
Can
see.
you see it?
Tilt it just a little bit. Tilt the bottom up.
Oh, like that?
There you go. That's better. That's better.
So
That's
anyway.
a better look. Yeah.
They come in tons of different colors. So
Tons. Tons and tons.
no shortage of colors available there. So we're going to do the same thing, just in a different color palette. So I'm just going to start with a blank sheet of cardstock. This is the Smoothie Heavyweight cardstock from Paper Artsy. It's quite heavy, and I mean, if I kind of shake it, you can
Oh, wow. That really is.
hear.
I thought it was thundering
It's very-
A
outside.
lot of weight.
It's very heavy, and the reason I love to work with this particular cardstock when I'm using paint is that it doesn't buckle as much. If you use a lighter weight cardstock, it tends to really buckle, and it just makes it more difficult to do the stamping later if you're not working on a smooth surface. So let's just start. I've chosen a color palette, so I'll kind of line them up here so you can get a sense what we'll be doing. So I'm going to do like a blues and greens. Mostly blue, but with a hint of green. Some of these paints are from special edition stamp paint collections from Paper Artsy. 2 from Joe Firth Young and 1 from Lynn Brown, and these are from their second collection, so we'll be using those. So I'm just going to start by getting my brayer.
I love that palette. I love
Yeah.
those blue-green.
Yeah. So I'm just
Colors.
going to start by, this is the chalk color. So it's, you know, almost white, just a little bit off of white. And put down a pretty generous amount onto some paper here. I just have some newsprint as a pad here. And I'm going to put down a base of that color just to give, oh, the pencil that I used to trace my center line is not happy.
Oh,
It's coming out, so let's start over.
Oh.
It was a water-soluble pencil. So
Oh, that could be a
let's try
happy
again.
accident.
Could be, but not today.
I like that. Save that piece for me.
Great.
I get their sloppy seconds.
Right.
Nice.
All right. So let's try this again.
I love
So I'm
it.
just going to put down a base of this chalk color. And I usually work in either vertical or horizontal strokes. Just seems to work out better. Diagonal never works out well for me. Just doesn't look right.
You know, I read something or heard something somewhere that that's not appealing to the eye. in
I think
most
it was
cases.
Diane Reevely I learned that from, to be
Really?
honest, in one of her classes.
Oh.
Maybe that's what it was.
Oh, it was her. It definitely was. It was in her canvas class. that
Yeah.
She was talking about that. I think
So-
that's where I met you, Al.
I think it is.
I think it was in Diane's class.
So that was the first color, chalk. It's probably hard to see since it's white on white, but see if you
Yeah, I can see a little bit of it.
Okay. So we're going to move on to Limelight, which is a real bright green. You see that? Patty, can you
No. Oh, sorry. Yeah, look at the camera. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the same thing. So put some out onto my newsprint here and roll it out. And I want to cover a lot of the sheet. This is a translucent color, which is part of the reason why I put a base color down so it would really pop. So I want to cover a lot of territory with this because we're going to cover a lot of it up, and I want there to be enough that it'll poke through the blue. So we're just building up layers of paint, and as we go, I'm working from light to dark, so as we build up the layers, the colors will get darker and darker. And I'll also use less and less paint as I go. So next we'll move on to turquoise, which is a new color from Joe Firth Young. It's an opaque color.
So is that person you're talking about, is that one of our artist team that they
Yeah,
have their own line of
Joe
colors
Firth
now?
Young has her own line of stamps and stencils and paints with Paper Artsy. Her stamps are very popular. She's, you know, very talented. But she also, not this most recent release, but the one before, she did a limited edition release of custom paint colors. And
Oh, cool.
Lynn Brown did the same thing. This is from their second limited edition paint color release, which just came out.
They do have a ton of colors.
Yes. So, but it's great because tons to choose from.
Oh, yeah.
So with the turquoise, I'm going to start kind of covering a little bit less territory each time, but you can see how that turquoise is opaque. So it's covering, but that green is still showing through, which I love. Any questions, Patty?
No, if you guys have any questions, throw them out, and I'll throw them over to Ellen. Your descriptions are so good. You don't leave much to the imagination for them to
That's
question.
good.
I don't think.
I hope that's good.
Like, oh man,
They're mesmerized.
she's doing good.
Absolutely.
So this is with one layer of blue. This is with the chalk as a base, then the limelight, and now we've added turquoise, which is an opaque color. And I've left some of this bright green showing through because I just love that brightness. So now we'll move on to the next darkest shade of blue that we're going to use, which is Beach Hut. This is a translucent color, so it will allow some of the other things beneath it to show through.
Yeah, they're saying very good instruction and directions and very pretty.
Well, thank you.
Good.
That's a nice.
Very nice.
It's my first stream.
I know, it's really tricky. It's like there's too many moving parts, people.
So
Thank God for the experimentalist in you, Patty. You just jump right in.
I don't care.
Flaws and all.
What's the worst that can happen?
Right, exactly.
That's the way I figure it.
Exactly. Gets rid of your inhibitions.
So as it turns out, this beach hut is actually lighter in color than the turquoise. I think because it's a translucent color. So I'm having trouble even seeing where it's going, but we're just going to keep going with it. So we're building up pretty shades of blue.
Okay, Denise, I didn't see your question, Denise. Can you type it again? I'm scrolling back in the stream, and I still don't see it. Throw it out there at me again, girl, and I'll be happy to do that.
So now we're going to move on to South Pacific, which is another shade darker. And I'm just going to go more close to the edges with this one. I'm not going to do as much in the middle. And this one really, you can see it. I'm just doing a very light touch with the brayer so that the things underneath will show through.
You did not gesso first, correct?
No, I did not gesso first, but I did put down a layer of opaque chalk paint from the Paper Artsy fresco finish paints, which is sort of like a gesso. I didn't gesso the entire thing or prime it, but I put down a layer of white first. It helps to make the colors pop a little.
Yeah.
It doesn't soak as into the paper as much.
Denise is asking how you got hooked up with Paper Artsy rather than a company here in the States.
Interesting story. Many of you may know that one of my very best friends lives in the UK. Her name is Hel Sheridan. And Hels and I met online through Wendy Becky's blog. Wendy had posted a project that Hels had done, which she just loved. And Wendy posted that on her blog, and I saw it and just fell in love with it. So I started following Hels's blog, and we just started chatting, and once we started, we never stopped. So I was very fortunate to be able to go over to England and visit Hels. And when we did, we went to visit Lynn Brown's shop when she had it, LB Crafts. And there is a picture of me that Hels took where I am literally sitting on the floor in the middle of LB Crafts holding fistfuls of Paper Artsy hot pick stamps because they were very difficult to find in the US at that time. So it was a big deal that I could even find them over there. So that's sort of how I got hooked up with knowing Paper Artsy and using their products. And then about a year ago, Leandra had emailed me to see if I wanted to try out using their paints because I was doing a lot of abstract collage stuff, and she said, "Hey, I wonder if you want to give it a go and be a guest designer on our blog." And I said, "That'd be awesome." So
well, and what I think was really cool is that they're watching your blog.
Right, exactly, which you don't even know. So I had asked her at that point, like, well, do you mind if I use some of my hand-carved stamps on my posts? Because I'm really using them a lot lately. And she said, well, we could make them into stamps if you want. I said, great. So, it was all just very organically evolved, which I love. That, it wasn't some hard-won thing. I was just out there doing my art, and they were out there doing theirs, and we happened to watch each other, and it just evolved into a really nice partnership, which I'm very fortunate to have stumbled into.
Yeah, you never know who's reading your blog.
You don't.
It's kind of cool. And we're global, it's not...
Right, it's a global community. The
And it really
lines
is a
are
small
very...
community.
Yeah, we just
very
had...
blurred.
I saw Darcy sign on in the UK.
Oh, hi, Darcy! Darcy coordinates the Paper Artsy blog. along with Jillian. And Darcy has her own line of stamps with Paper Artsy as well. They're really funky, kind of steampunky. Very cool.
Yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't realize that's who Darcy was.
That is Darcy.
Oh, cool.
So, hi Darcy.
I mean, I knew Darcy, and I've seen her on my streams, but see, you just don't know.
So,
you just don't know.
I'm going to add one more layer of paint to this. This is another new special edition paint from Lynn Brown. It's called Marlin, and it is another opaque, and it's a real,
oh,
it's
Marlin,
like a
that
dark,
must be a newer one.
It is brand new.
Uh-huh.
It's like a gray, like a steely gray, like a dolphin, like a marlin. So that's a pretty color. So really just a little bit of this around the edges is all I'm going to do, just to give some depth.
And the babe barking at Donna.
Yeah.
Downstairs. Oh Lord, that dog. I love her.
So I'll put a little bit in these other areas just to kind of push those other layers back and give
Look
some
at
depth
that.
to it.
You're really seeing the depth now.
Yeah.
Of all those colors you've layered up.
So
That's awesome.
That's our master board. So we're gonna.
So that's a master board.
This is a
wondered what a
master
master
board.
board was.
So a master board really is only making a large piece and then cutting it down to smaller sizes
Ooh.
for any number of different things.
There you go.
We
Didn't
could make
know.
all ATCs out of this, or we could cut it up, make a couple ATCs, couple cards. Well, we're going to keep going with creating it, but this is our painted portion of the background.
Very
So,
cool.
we'll keep going. The next thing that I love to do is use the scratchy stamps as a background. So I'm going to find those.
Those scratchy stamps. I don't know how that idea ever came to you, but oh my God, I love those. And everybody, when I use them or talk about them or whatever, everybody either loves them, has them, or has them on our wish list.
Cool.
So they are born classics for sure.
So this is the scratchy background stamp set, and I'm going to be using the rectangles, and I'm going to use, actually,
Yeah, Rach, those colors are awesome, aren't they? That's my favorite palette anyway, but they really look cool.
Thanks, Rach. I've been watching Rach's YouTube videos for a long time, so the fact that you're watching my stream is just,
Isn't that
that's
cool?
just cool.
I know. I know.
Patty, do you have the manganese blue archival ink?
I think I might.
Or some white pigment ink?
I have that, I know.
That would be great.
Manganese blue and white pigment. White pigment. Here we go. What are the chances of me having that? Pretty good.
I never have to worry when I pack to come and play at Patty's house, because if I forget something, she's got it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So I'm going to use
It's a little bit of a
this.
problem.
It's Brilliance Moonlight White archival ink.
Oh, new.
And
Smile, darling.
this is a pigment ink. And I'm going to use it on the scratchy rectangle stamp. And hope that it will sit on top of these darker colors and show through okay. So we're just going to see.
12:30 already.
So here we go. I'm going to start in the corner and work my way around, and you can see it. I hope it doesn't fade. See if you can see that okay. Can you see it, Patty?
Pull it a little bit towards, push it towards me a little bit. There you go.
Okay. So that's the beginning.
Yeah.
How many people you have online, Patty?
I don't know. I'm not sure how to check that.
Yeah.
So to create the pattern, you can see there's a single stamp at the end here, and then there's kind of a hole in the middle at the end between these other two. So I'm just going to line it up, stamp it again, and repeat.
Kind of looks like a stick figure from behind.
Yeah, like a little man. Hello.
Oh, don't do that! That's disturbing!
Let me see, Al. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
like a robot.
61. Oh, okay, so that's what I'm looking at. 61 people are 61 on the chat. Trina?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I did see that. I wasn't sure what that meant. 61/7,882. I'm not sure what that. I thought we had 8,000 people looking.
Right.
So I don't know. A lot of people I know don't chat. They just kind of watch in the background.
Or they'll just pick it up on YouTube.
Right, and then they watch. A lot of people.
Because I do.
Yeah.
I watch it after the fact.
Yeah.
Half the time.
Yep.
I don't have the time.
Yeah, a lot of people will watch it after I upload it. For sure.
So I'm just repeat stamping, just lining up the pattern and filling in any gaps as I go. And these stamps are very forgiving. You don't have to be precise about where you place. You know, I'm not spending a lot of time perfectly lining it up. They line up on their own pretty nicely.
So, Jean, are you saying that because it says 7,884, that's how many people have tried to get on or are on or have been on this particular stream?
Or maybe this particular channel.
I don't know. So it's doing currently, and the big number is how many people have viewed your stream. That must be ever.
Yeah.
That must be ever. Otherwise, I'm famous.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
you're famous, all right. In more ways than one.
Oh, God.
So
I'm not sure
that's our
about that.
background. That's, you know, the whole, I've done the whole page.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That was fast.
Yeah, it covers a lot of ground quickly. It's just
Wow.
repeat stamping and lining up the pattern so it repeats.
Oh, accumulation of visitors. That makes sense, Rach. Thanks. Infamous is more like it, Trina.
I'm not normally one to spend a lot of time cleaning stamps, but with this white archival or pigment based, I'm going to give it a wipe just so it doesn't dry on there. Usually I give it a quick wipe with a cloth and I'm on to the next thing.
Oh, Eileen, I think that was a dig, wasn't it? At Rach?
What?
She knows so much about it, but doesn't use it anymore. Doesn't use it enough.
What?
Eileen was telling Rach that Rach knows so much about Ustream, but doesn't use it that much anymore. That was her little dig. Nice.
Meow.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord. That reminds me of when you lost your cat. Oh, my God. That was a good one. I'll tell you that in a minute.
Oh.
Lord.
All right, I'm looking at some of my tissue papers that we've used that I made earlier, and I think I'm going to use this one, which is just little dots repeat stamped. It's from the set number 6. It's this stamp, and I've just literally stamped it over and over and over again on tissue paper with black archival ink, and now it's collage paper. So I'm just going to take a couple of sections here and tear and then glue them down.
Dude, that looks cool. There's chicken salad and stuff.
No, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm just going to lay out a couple of sections. I always work in threes. I'm going to tear out 3 sections and place them before I start gluing.
Make a pit stop before.
Hey, little Fizzy, thanks for joining us. Welcome, and we apologize in advance.
Right.
You never know what's going to happen.
All right.
Just don't know.
So here's 3 sections of the collage paper, or tissue paper. Kind of roughly placed where I want them. And now I'm going to take some glue and seal from Ranger. Any matte medium would work just fine for this. Glue and Seal just happens to be my personal favorite. Dries nicely, doesn't buckle paper, and it dries to the point you can't even tell it's there. So I just paint on a generous layer. And the tissue paper down. And then go over it with the Glue and Seal again, and because it's tissue paper, it disappears. And you can see all that color behind it still. So it's almost like you took black ink and stamped on it, but you didn't have to worry about smearing it.
Right, the smearing and the placement. You can make sure you put it where you really want it.
So I'm just very gently kind of pushing out any wrinkles. The tissue paper, if you push too hard, it will tear, which, you know, it's no big deal. It's just paper, but...
They're digging the dots.
Cool.
Digging the dots. And Pam said that a great title for a book by me would be Hello, Lover.
By you?
It really would.
You know, these guys have a nickname for me, and it's kind of politically incorrect.
Are you talking about us?
Yeah.
Having it? Oh,
We
we have
do?
a couple that are politically incorrect.
A lot of times I'm called, what kind of tissue do you use?
I don't have a preference. I use whatever I have. It, you know, a lot of this tissue is literally like gift wrap tissue that you'd buy.
Tissue
like
as opposed to deli. It's the fine tissue.
It is tissue paper, not deli paper.
The deli does, I love deli, but it doesn't disappear as fine as this does.
Absolutely
does it? Yeah.
right. That's what I was going to say,
Yeah.
is that I really
That's
prefer
going into
the...
nothing. That looks like you stamped right on top of it, the way, what I'm seeing here.
Right.
Looks really good.
And that's why I like the tissue better than the deli paper. I like deli paper better for other things, but not for this type of collage.
Annie Lou, new here today. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Like if I was going to paint, put a layer of paint down on the paper first before I did the pattern stamping, then I would probably prefer the deli paper, because it has a little bit more body to it.
Yeah.
Tissue paper is so, what's the word, fragile, that it tears very easily.
Which is part of the good and part of the bad about it, depending on what you're using it for.
Exactly.
You gotta make the properties of it work for what you're applying it to. God, I sounded smart when I said that. It was like a faux pas.
How'd that happen?
Rub it off on you.
Oh, everybody's a smart ass today.
Must be rubbing off on you.
Oh, my. Oh.
I'm proud of myself.
Hi. Oh, I started telling one of my nicknames, Redneck Geisha.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's
That's a story.
Inappropriate and a story all its own. So, if there's any rednecks or any geishas online now, I apologize.
Right.
I don't want the rednecks and geisha community sending me emails.
So-
It's all in fun.
So I'm just going to dry this with a heat tool real quick. The glue and seal dries very quickly, and it'll go completely matte. You won't even be able to tell.
That is so quiet. I've burned up 2 of those.
Really?
Actually, Dave burned up my second one trying to defrost it. Like the wiper.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Kind of an emergency. But, yeah, but it's so quiet because I've been using that heavy duty one that I used with Jody Old's class to bubble up the silks on the board.
The one you almost burnt off your eyebrows with?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Nothing sacred. But yeah, that one. That very one. That's the one.
Did you paint that box pattern up there? That one? Yeah.
No, that's a Home Goods
Oh,
purchase.
It's pretty.
Oh, I like it.
So at this point we could add more stamping, or we could stop now, or Let's add one more layer. Why not?
Darcy said she used a ton of tissue, but recently just got some deli. Reminds her of toilet paper from when they were at school in the UK.
Oh no!
I'm so sorry, Darcy.
Might have been, maybe
Toilet
that's
roll.
what they changed it to. Hey, this would wrap deli. Would be a good deli wrap.
Denise wants to hear the eyebrow story.
Oh man.
Oh my God, Darcy, we have the toilet paper in public restrooms. Oh my gosh. I had I did have a when I was not dating Dave that long, and I was still on chemo and bald and wearing my wig. And we were going somewhere, and I was making a cake, and I bent over to check the status of the cake in the oven, and it singed the bangs of my wig. I mean, it melted them like that, and I thought, holy shit, now what am I gonna do? Burned my bangs off the first time I lit my barbecue. See, it happens. Mine wasn't my real bangs, that was my wig, which might have even, they weren't growing back though. But yeah, I had to do a little trimming up job before we went out that day. Oh God. Yep. That's what happened.
So I'm adding another layer of stamping with manganese blue archival ink and this big bubble wrap stamp, just in a few places. And then we'll call it done on stamping.
Which stamp are you using for the manganese blue?
The
Oh, the big bubble
giant
wrap
bubble
one.
wrap.
I see it now. Okay.
So this is the degree of
Ooh,
how I
cool.
clean my stamps. That's it.
Yeah.
Clean.
I'm not much on the. I can clean up myself.
So I'm going to give that a shot with the heat tool. You have to do that when you're stamping an archival ink over paint because it sits on top. You have to kind of bake it in, or it will smear. I'm gonna run out of time.
No, you're not. Go, move out, keep going.
You know what? We can. So what we'll do, guys? We can just keep going, Elle.
Yeah, keep going.
And we can. When I get to my 3-hour limit for recording, we'll drop.
Okay.
And we'll come back on and just record a second
Right,
session.
Absolutely.
Okay.
As long as you guys are good for over 3 hours and.
I'm good. I'm good.
You're good?
I'm
Okay.
Good, yeah.
All right.
And I had a lot of stuff pre-cut, so
Yours will
I
go
don't
quicker?
Yeah, mine will go quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Carry on.
Because I probably could do a half an hour, and because I had everything kind of pre-done.
Okay.
So we're going to call this one done for our master board. And this is the other master board that I did earlier. So we're going to make something out of each one of these. Something different out of each one.
Cool.
So let's start with this one, which I used similar, the same collage paper on this. I used the scratchy diamond background stamp on this. I also used the bubble wrap stamp on that in a different color. And I used the washer stamp with white paint on this one as well. So let's see if I can find my paper trimmer. Buried. Oops. So I'm going to cut this one to a size that would be standard card size for US. I know there's a different standard card size in the UK, but I don't know what it is. The standard over there seems to be square rather than rectangular. So actually I'm going to do 4 inches. Standard over here is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. But I'm going to cut it a little smaller so I have room to do a mat.
Thank you.
So that's our 4 inches, and then I'll take a 1/4 inch off of 5 1/2, which would make it 5 1/4.
So
So
math whiz over there.
Yeah, trials of being an accountant by day. So this will be our card background. So instant card background. So our focal image for our card is going to be some flowers, or a flower. And earlier while Patti was streaming, I did a painted background just by doing scraping paint onto cardstock. And then I stamped one of those petal stamps several times across the different stripes of color. And then I stamped a couple of the different centers as well, so we could pick what we wanted.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna, as quickly as I can, should have done this earlier, I'm gonna cut probably 5 of these petals out. Sorry for the boredom of watching me cut, but...
Oh, that's okay.
Your Patti can talk while I cut.
I know, right? Numbers. They really do make quick backgrounds, don't they? Really nice. Really nice. You know, Donna, when she first saw your those petal stamps that you're cutting now, do you remember the first thing you said to me?
The
necklace.
The necklace.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
To
Like
take
a
those,
pendant?
like make them out of polymer clay.
Yeah.
And stamp those petal shapes into it, or shrinky dink. Yeah. Cut them out, and then, you know, bake those and hook them to like one of those, like a bib necklace, or that would fan, you know, if you can picture those like feathers almost.
Kind of
you could make them look like,
Cheryl
you could
Kahn.
cut them and make them look like feathers.
Uh-huh.
Cheryl Kahn, in her book, has something similar that she uses with Tyvek.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
So yeah, these shapes, like Patti was saying, you could use them for any number of things. It could be wings on a bird. It could be feathers on a bird.
Wings on an angel.
Wings on an angel. Wings on a dragonfly or a butterfly.
Oh,
you
wing
stamped
on
it in-
a redneck geisha.
Yeah. Or you stamp it in orange. It could be a carrot. It could be an ear of corn.
Yeah.
Any number of things. Let's see. I brought a circle punch. There it is. Circle punch. So this is a 1-inch circle punch. The flower centers are just slightly less than 1 inch, so you can punch out the circles very easily.
Yeah.
You'll still get a little bit of a border, but not much. And then I'm going to punch one circle just out of white cardstock. We're going to use that as a base to build our flower. So to build up the flower, it's going to take some glossy accents and cover the bottom half of the circle, and then I'm going to place 2 petals on either side.
You guys are making me hungry. They're talking about their food and what's, if we run more than 3 hours, how their soup's going to be
No.
late to the late for dinner.
Well, don't run over 3 hours. Just do the 3 hours, you two.
No, we're good.
I'm going to be okay.
Yeah,
we're good.
I'm good. Hey, you know me. I go with
Well,
the flow.
and you know, I'll record them, so if it's too much for anybody,
Right.
you know, they can always pick it up later.
So I'm just putting glossy accents on the bottom or on the back of each petal and kind of assembling it. And I always like the center petal to be on top. Looks better.
Oh yeah,
To me.
looks more finished. Good eye, good eye.
So kind of wipe off any excess. It's going to get covered up with the circle. And then, yeah, which one looks better? We like this one. I think I like the dot one better. Actually, let's take our other master board and cut a center out of
resin.
that.
Ice resin, that would be good to put over those too. Yep. I see a lot of jewelry in those stamps over there.
I'm just taking the rest of my the other master board and finding a circle with a pattern that I like. So let's try this one. I like these white.
32 ounces of ice resin. That seems like a lot of resin there, Jen.
That's a lot. Oh my god.
Needs a black border. So let's stamp one first. Can find that. Let's punch that out. There we go. Yes, I like that better.
Ooh, that's nice.
So I like the contrast of a different colored center. So we'll glue that down. Actually, let's use some foam square. I just have some black foam squares here. So put that
Just to raise it up some.
on the back, just to give it some dimension. I can get the back off.
Oh, 4-ounce pours for. That's not for one eye. You must be making. You must be making a lot of dragon eyes there.
Mm.
So, finished flower.
There it is.
Piece of cake. That's better. You can see it better
Yeah.
that way.
Really cute. Very nice.
I think I actually just punched out of the card base that I had intended to use. So, let's trim this again. So we've got 4 inches by 5 1/4. Cut that end off.
Yellow turkey butt. It's like turkey feathers.
They have these at Costco, Patty. In a box. Only 5 sugars.
Oh, Dave got something like that for me upstairs. They're covered in chocolate though.
Yep.
But,
They're good.
So, actually, this way. Here's our finished. That'll be the flower. And I'm just going to hand draw a quick, simple stem. And that'll be our card.
cool.
So, before I do
Yeah,
that...
once you get that master board made, you know, it's just, you're just limited to what you want to do with it, or what your imagination can come up with, because that's...
So, I'm going to just put a black border around the edge of the card base. Just, it's nice to give something a frame. It makes it look more finished. So this is just a black, I think it's oil, yeah, this is an oil-based black Sharpie paint pen. Just going to do a quick border. Just let the paper tell your pen where to go. Very simple. It's heavy enough that there's a little bit of an edge.
Yeah, that black on the edge, that really
So that
finishes it off.
sets
Hey,
it
Pam.
off nicely. And then we'll glue our flower down.
Oh, that's pretty. Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which way do I want it? I'll go put it sort of this way. And I don't mind that it's hanging off the edge because I can make whatever size envelope I want. My envelope punch board,
Yeah.
which maybe we'll do another day.
Tool.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
flower,
Yeah, looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
and then
Really nice.
very quick stem, simple.
Oh, beautiful.
Whoops. You see that?
Real-
Okay?
yeah.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Push it when you hold them up. Hold them a little bit more towards me. There you go. Now you're perfect
There.
in center.
All right.
Really nice. I like how it goes off the edge. I
Yeah.
always
Me
like
too.
that.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then you could.
somebody put me in. Don't put baby in the corner.
Yeah, that's what my husband asked me yesterday. Did anybody put baby in a box yesterday? Did they try to put baby in a box? I said, no, not today.
So you could put any kind of a sentiment or greeting on here that you wanted. It could be, you could hand stamp it out with an alphabet stamp set, or use any other sentiment that you have, whether it's happy birthday or thank you or whatever, or just
It's gorgeous.
miss you.
So, Giving Hands Creative has been lurking and come out for chatting. Thank you so much. And I know you, Kayla. Look what I got. Oh, no, the camera's over there. I got your cards, and I gave them to these knuckleheads for Christmas.
She did, and
Yes,
I
she
used them.
did.
I
I
used
did
them at
too.
camp last year.
Love them. Love them.
So, put your link up for your cards, Kayla. Is it Kyla? Kayla. Kyla. Sorry. But yeah, put your link up for your cards. I got links enabled. There are mixed media playing cards that give you all kind of directions, like and prompts. If you're stuck, just deal out a hand of cards, and whatever the card says, do it. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for coming out of the shadows.
And Ellen, I'd like to add something to kind of what you do with your cards.
Sure.
I like mat board,
Mm-hmm.
and I like making small little mat board canvases out of the backgrounds that you create.
Cool.
And then I add wire to the top that it's a little hanger.
Oh, cool.
So, and give them out as gifts. So
Perfect.
So they're really, I mean, it's very, very versatile, you know, your backgrounds. I love it.
Thank you. So with the other masterboard, I'm going to cut at least a section of it down and do some ATCs. So 2.5 by 3.5 for ATCs.
Kayla. Now I don't remember which one I said first. Kayla. I think it's Kyla. But anyway, throw your link out there, girl, and get up to your cards where you can.
I gotta go to the.
Everybody can knows what I'm talking about and can go out there and send you some love.
So from that one strip, I got 3 ATCs, and when you break them up,
Oh my gosh,
they're
look at that.
different. I mean, this one is much brighter because of that yellow and green poking through. They're all different,
Yeah.
even though you can tell they were from kind of the same family, but and I always put a black edge on my ATCs as well.
Kyla said that our banter made her feel safe to come out of the shadows. She feels
Oh,
like she's
God.
at a pajama party.
Good. That's
Well, that's funny because we're all naked. No, just kidding. That's
so not true.
Yeah, jammies are optional.
We're comfortable, but not
Oh
that
my
comfortable.
Oh, out of stock. See, out of stock's a good thing though.
Cool.
But they'll be back until October. But there you go. There's a link, everybody, for those cards. They're really cool. And put your YouTube channel up there too. Kyla does some really good, fun, informative book in a day. And what did you do? 50? Did you do a book a week last year? Cool stuff.
There's putting the black edge on the ATCs. Again, it just gives it a finished look. I like it.
Yeah.
I also like the oil-based marker because it has a bit of a sheen to it.
Didn't you tell me that you liked, what is it, the black oil but the white acrylic?
Not acrylic, water-based.
Water-based.
For the Sharpie paint pens, I like the oil-based for the black, and I like the water-based for the white. I know a lot of people who prefer the oil-based and white, but I just can never get it to be very opaque. It's always very translucent. And maybe it's, I mean, I shake and shake and shake and shake and shake, and it still doesn't work for me. I like the water-based better. So there's, here, let me get my white paper. Gonna put those together. So again, you could add a sentiment to these. You could embellish these with any kind of paper flower or metal embellishment or ribbon or lace, whatever you want. Or you could frame them as a collection. Either way.
That looks cool on,
Yeah.
you know, when you put it on,
Just kind of.
trying to reach something here for you.
Just kind of mat each one and then mat them as a trio.
Anything looks good with a pop of black in there.
Right.
Oh,
Mount them on black.
It does.
Got another piece of black?
I do.
I have that too.
I do.
That's,
So-
like that's a staple. Black cardstock.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean that could be just a framed
Oh, look
piece,
at that.
just like
Oh
that.
my gosh, look at that.
So you could
And,
do
You know, that's just
any kind of
a
a theme.
background with, you know,
Yeah,
cutting it up. That kind of reminds me of Dina Wakley's puke in a page theory.
exactly.
Although it's definitely not puke.
Yeah.
Thank
If
you.
you guys would,
I remind her of puke. Nice.
great. If you
There you go.
Or vomit.
Right.
There you go.
if you yeah, I've ever taken one of Dina Wakley's classes, she'll have you just overdo what's on the page. Just add more stencils and stamps and ink and sprays and just make it look crappy. And then you go back and you cut it up or you punch it, and the little bits that you get out of that puke on a page, as she calls it, are like the best.
Yeah.
Really, really the best. And that's kind of what you're
I
doing
mean that's
here.
the same theory as this. I'm making
Yeah.
something big and then cutting it down, and the pieces are. I think the pieces are more interesting than the big.
Yeah.
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 So, you know, you could use the rest of your master board to, you know, I do a lot of collage, like, what am I trying to say? Abstract collage. So, this would be abstract, then I could collage on top of it. I'd probably add something, some little strip of red somewhere, because I love that little pop of red.
She's got. I like a pop of black. She does a pop of red. Which
So
is
you could collage on
awesome.
top of this and then mat it and frame it in like an IKEA ribba frame because they're square. I've done that a lot. I've got a lot of those around the house. You
my
could do, this could, if before we cut it down, this could be a journal page background that you could put anything
easy.
on top
Yeah,
of.
Easy.
So doing a master board, you can serve as a master board or as a really big background, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
But I just love building up the layers and adding different inks and stamps and collage on top, and I'm having a ball. So I hope you guys liked following along with my project today, and I'm gonna turn it over to Donna.
Now we
So
just have to
we've
figure
got
out.
the camera debacle to deal with.
So yeah, actually, you know what, Donna, you want to come over here?
Yes.
I'm just
that
gonna
sounds
shove
good.
this stuff out of the way
Uh-huh.
that I'm working on,
It's
and
gonna
you
take
can.
me a couple minutes and
Yep.
we're good.
Well, it's gonna take a couple minutes to
Yeah.
get this
So bye everybody.
figured out.
I'm waiting.
Thanks,
Okay.
Al. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, always.
As will yours be.
Okay, so hang on, guys. We're going to do a little switcheroo,
some
and this is our.
switcheroo.
We're virgins at this today, so I haven't been able to say that for quite a number of decades. But
I don't know about you, but I am.
yeah, yes.
Just don't let my son know that.
All right, here we go on the camera
All right,
ride.
Yeah.
so here we go again. Hold on, buckle up,
Don't pull
unplug.
because it's plugged in. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Touched for the very first time.
Oh, sing it, girl.
Like a virgin.
Oh, and I need the clip out. I need the mount off of there. I think there's a little thing that you pinch up here. There you go. Oop.
Let me just.
There.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. We're getting the hang of this. We even had a little dry run. You see how that worked out.
Not with me though, so that's,
Yeah.
you know, it was a little different.
If we had waited for Donna, it would have been all fun.
Oh, hell's bells. Hang on,
Yes,
people.
Exactly.
Hold on. I'll let you look at my tiles. Oh, don't look up my shirt. Well, you'll be sorry if you do.
Tell a story, Patty. Tell
I
a story.
know. Oh, I got a story to tell, let me tell you. What the hell am I doing here? Hold on. Do need a little more practice on the segue.
Yeah, that's okay.
We'll get it.
It's gonna take me time too.
Good time to go get a cup of coffee.
Get a
Yeah.
cup of coffee. take
Everybody
a little
go
break,
pee.
Take a little break.
Why is this not snapping in? Christ, now the phone's gonna ring.
You notice that it's rang every time we start it?
I know.
Yeah.
That's
Isn't
my
that
mom.
bizarre?
It has.
Bizarre.
You're right, every time.
Every time each one of us was going to start.
Okay.
It did it for her, it did it for you, and now it's doing it for me.
Call from Maryland.
That's Mumsy.
Like, don't they know? Don't they know?
Hopefully Dave will grab. There we go. Okay, let me look at the camera software and see where we are.
And I want to organize myself a little bit.
Yeah. All right, couple more minutes.
It's just me.
Ah.
Talk to you later.
Oh, gosh.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Mom. Oh, she already hung up. Okay. Let's see, where are we here? I'm gonna move that in a little bit. Sweet Jesus, she probably heard me talking
Yeah.
as she hung up on me. Her only daughter. No, that's my brother.
Jesus.
Sweet Moses. Ah, now, by jiggities, I think we got it. Okay. All right, we're almost there. Donna is going to get herself set up over here where I was. And I'm going to get the hell out of the way and take my computer and go where she was.
She's switching it around. Is that
And-
I think, yeah. I only actually use a few. Okay. And for today, I'm only using a
And here's where I am. I've been tiling away on my box. And that's where I am. I got a few more holes to fill in. So, here
You
comes
tell me
Miss-
how I get myself
Miss
set
Donna
up.
Walsh. You're good. You're
Okay.
let
Right
me go
here.
around here.
You can tell me when
Yeah.
I'm.
Let me let you see. Sweet Moses. Okay, see the screen here? That's what the
Yes.
camera's seeing.
Okay, so
And that's
I
the
should
one that's pretty
be
much live.
right in this area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then lift up to the camera so you can see where you have to lift to show. And that's about where as close as you want to get
Okay.
to show. Can you guys see that? Lovely card.
Okay.
Notice the Ellen Vargo stamp on the card.
Yes.
And another Ellen Vargo stamp on another card. Do you want me just to leave this here so you can see it?
It's up it's up to you.
Well, then I won't see the
you
chat.
won't see. You see the chat. You just tell me where
Okay.
to.
Well,
You
you
navigate me.
Yeah, okay.
Navigate
Lord.
me.
What a job.
While we get this in
Okay.
order. Okay. Sorry about this, ladies. It's a first time,
Yeah, we're virgin.
and we are
She's getting all set up there.
trying to. I just took Patty's spot, and she really did a good job of cleanup for me to fit here while she was doing her tiles.
I just shoved them all
So-
in a heap.
Yes,
the way.
I know she did, and I'm here just throwing all of mine in a heap to kind of get everything organized. So the first thing I want to share with you is I'm kind of anal about this. I'm an experimentalist. I wouldn't even consider myself an artist. I just enjoy creating and experimenting with different mediums. And I love being around people and giving gifts and sharing my gift. So for me, this technique actually came out of a birth of being with friends in different places, buying the materials, and then having to really make a beautiful thank you card for someone very special this spring. So the technique was birthed out of that, and I'm a storyteller, so I really love the story behind the people that create. With that, I try to do as much in instruction and products as I can when I'm refining the processes, because it can take weeks for me to create something using different mediums, and it's very chaotic and spastic. So what you're going to get today is something a little bit more organized and controlled, but things that you can go to get the products if you don't have them. So Patty, let me know if they can see this list.
Right about there.
Okay.
You're good.
This is a supply list of the materials I'll be using today. Yupo paper is a poly paper that actually is for watercolor. And I saw Patty during our last play date, she actually used alcohol inks on the piece of paper, and I fell in love with it. So I started using that. Alcohol inks, alcohol blending solution, stays on black ink pad. I really prefer that on any solvents. Thick black Sharpie or paint pen. Quickie glue pen, which you'll see the materials as I'm using them. Self-healing mat, X-Acto knife, paper cutter, double-sided adhesives, X-Acto, it's this Echo art board that Patti had here. They come in squares. I'll show this to you. Is that good, Patti?
Yeah.
They could see that?
Yep.
Okay. And I use the 2x2s and sometimes the 1x1s. The Stickle Dry Fine Glitter. Thank God to Terry Quinn. Make this a staple.
Yeah, that's a beautiful
It was
color.
something I was not going to buy, and she actually pulled it out in the store and showed it to me. It's been my staple now. It's Stickles Dry Fine Glitter in cinnamon, and cardstock, and Ellen Vargo stamps, Patti stamps, and some embellishment stones and things like that. So they were the two. The card that you're going to make is actually the round.
Snacks upstairs.
Is that good?
You're good. Push it a little bit more away from you. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
This is Ellen's stamp from, what collection is that from, Elle? Do you remember?
That's from the first
That's the
set.
first.
The first set that she has.
#1.
Number 1. Whoops. Fell off. Her Electica
Yep,
set.
there it is.
So, for me, the fun of all of this is the Yupo paper. Let me go grab some.
Denise, we'll do the list again towards the end. And also, I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So when you replay it in YouTube, you can pause it when you see the list so you can jot everything down. And actually, I'll put it on my Facebook art page too.
This is the Yupo paper. I am Greek, so Yupo kind of was a little bit close to my heart. I kept saying, Yupo, Yupo. So it is, Upa, but I kept thinking, in order for me to go and find it, I had to keep saying Yupo, Yupo, and everybody's like, what is wrong with this woman? So, like I said, it's a polymer base. I'm going to use a small sheet, but this is so remarkable. If anybody's familiar with alcohol inks, and they've actually changed the bottles, I don't even know what the colors are anymore. I'm going to take the lids off of these so I can just grab and go.
Yeah, we'll all be high and half on our ass.
Well, that's the other, yeah, that's the other thing about the blending solution. I think, yeah, once you start going, you start going. So, oh, and this is the silver, and the metallics have they're really good, but you got to keep them, you shake them up, and they got the little ball in there. You want to keep that one covered so it doesn't get all gooped up. And then I'm not even going to tell you the colors I'm using just because it really doesn't matter. It's all on the effect of the blending solution with the colors. So whatever you want it to be, you change it for whatever you want it to be. This is the beauty. So here's my piece of Yupo, and I am just going to dot a couple of these, and you can see how it's spreading. Now I take my blending solution, the Adirondack. Now I can't see it. Patti made a ran to someplace. So I'm going in the blind right now.
Okay.
And Elle, if you can help me, if you can see any. Can you see? Can you see it on your computer? Oh, okay.
No, I'm delayed on mine.
So I'm dabbing, just dripping
Yeah,
and running. That's what I'm doing right now, just dripping and running. So I'm going to take another color. This one here actually is the Purple Twilight. Now you can see how you could go crazy with this. And then I'm going to take more blending solution, and I am just pouring it on and letting it run. This is kind of like a lava lamp, only you're creating the image. And I'm going to stream some of this I guess, let's see, sunshine yellow in there. And you can see how it's blending. And I'm going to add a little bit more blending solution. So with everything I created with the materials, this was the part that actually took the most time. And it was because there were effects I wanted to get from the blending solution with the alcohol inks. Now you can see how addictive this is. Is there any questions, Al? Anybody?
You're good so far.
Good, 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 good. If anybody has any questions, you just yell it out there. We'll figure it out. Like I said, this is my first time, so it's a an experiment. And the paper is so cool. I'm trying to figure out what kind of texture. It's kind of like a shrinky dink kind of paper. It has that plastic, a little bit of a plastic feel. I love it. I am addicted to it. And you can see how you can keep just adding and adding and adding. I'm going to add some blue. Look at these colors. Look how vibrant.
Gorgeous.
They really are.
I mean, it is. And that solution just takes it to a whole nother dimension. So you don't have to be fearful. So this is kind of the way my mind works.
And that's fearful enough.
Very, very abstract. Very, I guess, yeah, free form. So when we talk about forgiving, like with watercolors and papers, and this is the kind of stuff I really, really like to do. I like to get different effects. I'm not really worried about anything being perfect. I mean, the mistakes to me are great discoveries. So I love the play. I love when we get together, where I really call it the co-creating, because you play off each other, and it really is play. So you don't have time to really be thinking about what you're doing. It just kind of comes together on its own. And the discoveries are wonderful. So I'm going to add a little bit of green. And sometimes I just do little drops. And another effect that's kind of cool is if I do the droplets and then take some of the solution and drop it right in the middle, it's kind of like the water effect.
It like displaces it, right?
Yes,
Pushes it out
yeah.
and takes the place of the other.
It does, it does.
Rings.
And it takes the rings.
That looks so
Isn't that so
yummy.
cool?
And again, you're not going for like the composition of the whole thing.
No.
You're puking on a page,
You're
right?
puking on a page, because when you see this thing cut up and you see the different flows, you're like, oh wow. And everything is one of a kind. So
Yep.
you can throw it out the window if somebody says, you know, can you make me this thing that looks like this and looks like this? Well, guess what? That's not going to happen. You can't, there is no way. It kind of, to me, it's like playing with kaleidoscope. It's seeing, I love the movement. It kind of has a little bit of that shine of a glass finish. It's just so, I don't know, it's magic. It's magic to me. Very cosmic. So,
You're getting lots of oohs and ahs, Donna.
am I gonna, ooh,
You're saying,
ah,
ooh, it's pretty. Don't make it pretty. I'm broke.
I love it. Oh, you know what? I haven't tried this yet, ladies, but you know, Sharpies are alcohol ink. And I think just taking the Sharpies and, you know, doing stuff like that is another, there's so much experimentation, it's just not enough time. Let's put it that way.
I did a class with what's her name? Suzanne McNeil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One time at Art and Soul, one time I went, where we did silk scarves.
Yes.
And we got all these blank silk scarves. She had all these big, fat, juicy Sharpie markers and a bottle of spray alcohol. And you drew a design on it. You drew it on the scarf.
Yes.
And then you came back and sprayed it. It was awesome. So it would work this
It
way.
would. It would work.
It has
I
to.
mean, it's kind of like, so what happened was Terry Quinn was at the Queen's Ink, and this was like a 6-week venture. I'm almost finished with this sheet. So, and it's a funny story. It takes a long time for me to kind of really create and just have the time to do it. But I purchased Lolly, who is at the Queen's Ink, talked me into buying a rubber stamp that is, and you'll love this stamp and you're going to want to buy it. It is Zenspirations Joanne Fink. It's her Impression Obsession stamp.
Her Zen Dangle.
Her Zen Tangle.
Dangles.
Okay, Dangle. Zen Dangle stamp. And I fell in love with this stamp, and then saw Patty's and fell in love with her stamp. And this was the beginning of this creation. And I wasn't going to buy this, so she talked me into buying this stamp. So then I get home, put it on the shelf, and a week later I go in to get some stickles. And Terry goes, no, you're not buying stickles. You're going to get this dry powder stickle stuff, and you're going to get this color. And I said, no, I'm not getting that color. I'll never use that color. And she says, let me show you something. So she brings out one of these quickie glue pens, and it's just a roller point pen that has very fine, that you can put your glue on.
Like a ballpoint pen?
Yeah, it's a ballpoint pen. It's called Quickie Glue. Patty has them at the shop.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is like a wonderful, wonderful tool for your toolbox. I mean, this is a must-have. I have like 3 or 4 all over the house. But especially for glitter, it actually captures the glitter and it dries very quickly. So you'll get some really wonderful effects. So she talked me into the glue little pen and the glitter, and I took it home and I put that on a shelf. Then I come over to Patty's for a play date, and I see her Yupo paper with alcohol ink, and something triggered for this thank you card. So I took the medium, started playing, and then created this thank you card.
Tilt it a little bit right and left so they get the glare.
And the glitter
A little bit further away from the camera.
this
Down.
way.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Now
Can you
tilt
see
it
that, ladies?
A little bit closer. A couple more inches up.
Up,
Up, a little bit. There you go. Right in there.
right in there.
And now go back and forth so they can see the different colors and catch the
It's
of the glitter.
very, very subtle. That is the Cinnamon Stickles Dry Glitter. A must-have. I used to use the Fruit Punch and the Seafoam Green all the time. Well, this replaced that. And it kind of made what I call it a, it's some sort of like scape, like a wordscape. That's what I would call it, a wordscape. So I used the Zenspirations stamp and then used the crystals. So that was how it all began. Then I went out and I had to have metallic paint. I have to have something shiny and glitzy, not too glitzy, but elegant. So our piece is actually, I want to say, really kind of finished. I mean, I could play with this more and more, but for our purposes, I won't. I've already cut things in shapes, so I'll put that aside. Now I'll go to creating the piece. I want to give you the dimensions on the card, so you have it. I'm using it's a pre-made card stock, which is a navy blue by Recollections. That is at Michael's. I'm sure you can get it online. It has a white inside to the card.
Where did you get this paper? Donna?
That the silver.
This is the silver border.
This is the silver paper that Patty.
The feel texture.
I know, and it's not. It's like a 3-dimensional. Yeah, it's a 3-dimensional illuminated piece. This was either at I want to say it was Joann's, but it could have been at Michael's as well. In the scrapbooking section.
That's really cool, guys. That's like a heavy, shiny cardstock, and it even in person. I handed a piece to Ellen a minute ago and said, "Feel it," because I expected to feel the ridges, and it's not. And
you're going to make, like I said...
Woman, I am broke. Now I got to get Yupo.
So, like, I'm back showing you what you're going to make out of the Yupo paper. So, what I did is with Ellen's stamp, and does anybody... I think everybody knows the stamp to... should I stamp it? Should I show them how to stamp it?
No, I think everybody.
Because I can stamp that for you. I stamped the images on Yupo paper.
Who's the artist for that stamp she's using? The round one? That's Ellen Vargo.
Ellen Vargo.
Who is here with us and was on earlier. That's her set number 1.
Set number 1.
And she sells them at Paper Artsy, manufactures them under the Eclectica label. So they're available in the UK at Paper Artsy. There you go.
There you go.
And they're also in the States. They're available at Simon Says Stamp and the Frantic Stamper.
And you will see...
with glossy paperwork instead of Yupo.
Yes, absolutely. I use the alcohol ink paper from Ranger. Okay, you get a similar effect. But you can tell the difference. I think you as an artist can tell the difference. I don't think anyone else can really tell the difference.
The recipient of the card's going to love it either way.
Absolutely,
right?
yes, yes. And there was the other one I had from her set. Sorry, I feel like I'm a little all over the place.
Oh, the diamond?
Yes, I'm looking for the diamond. The square. And here's the square. So I did 3 cards out of Ellen's set. And you can see I added embellishments. I have gemstones and things that I put in the middle. So it kind of gives the outline. So what you're seeing right now on the circle, back to the circle.
Zendangle artist, that's Joanne Fink.
Fink.
And it's impression.
It is...
Here it is, over here. Isn't it?
I should have put these on my my supply list, but I didn't. It's Joanne Fink Zenspirations, and it's called Dangle Border 1, Impression Obsession. Okay? Now on the circle, all I did was stamp, Ellen's stamp, onto the Yupo and cut out the circle, which is what you're seeing here. Now, what this is mounted on is, I have a Xyron machine for double-sided adhesives. You can use any double-sided adhesive, any adhesive you want. I find this is the easiest for me for when I'm doing a mass producing to pick and peel and put. So it's really picking, peeling, and putting. I like that, the 3 P's. Yeah, 3 cube.
Well, you know, and also
let me get some of this out of the way.
It's very neat to use for a card. You don't want any overspray or over dripping or any of that stuff. It's, you know. So
back to the card and the dimensions I was using. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around a little bit based on the questions. The card stock I was using was from Recollections, and it was already a pre-made card. The card is, I think, Patty, I think I have it on the end over there. Do you see it written on there?
Yeah.
It's 5. Is it a right? No, right on the corner. Right on the corner. On the paper. That right there. Right. Look down. On the corner.
Oh, this.
The top of it.
5.5 by 4 1/4.
5.5 by 4 1/4. That's what the size of the card is. So the dimensions that you're going to be using on black cardstock is 3 inches by 4.5 inches.
Right.
The silver metallic is going to be 2 3/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And then the Yupo painted paper is going to be 2 1/4 by 3 3/4 when you're doing the square. Okay? This card, that was the dimensions for this card. The circle runs, I don't think I wrote that one down. I take the circle and do just a little bit out. So I know that the chartreuse color was 3 inches by whatever the dimension is of the card, the 5. And then 3 inches by 3 inches on the black. And then I go down either 1/4 or 1/2 for the silver. And then I place the Yupo piece in the middle. So you'll see this. This is how easy this goes. Now on the chartreuse, I tend to go over the card because I like to have the full placement and then cut.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I let it go have a little overhang and I press that down, and then I open the card, take my scissors, and then go right down the seam, and that way it gives me a clean flush cut to the edge of the card, and I pin it back. So it's just a kind of little secret for me to get it flush to the size of the card.
Oh, you're so smart.
It's just little tricks. this comes from a lot of practice in refining the processes, because if you see how much paper I use as scrap, trying to figure out what's the best way to do this. You know, the art is kind of like my mind, and my mind is my art. So
profound.
yeah, it is. It really is. I hope I'm not like running like a rabbit. So there you have a nice crisp piece. Now I'm going to take the black and I'm going to center it as much as I can. I do most of my stuff by my eye, and some of the adhesive gets to the edges and I just roll it off, but that gets covered up with glitter, so it's actually very, very inviting. The chartreuse green I cut, even though it's 3 inches, I go a little tiny under so I don't have any overhang of green with the black when I'm doing placement, because I want to cover up that green. See how good I am? Well, it's a little off, but the glitter will cover that little sliver that I have there. It's always good to make the mistakes when you're online. Don't you like how I recovered? I recovered on that one. So
that's what I do all the
that was the
time.
placement on that. And then I have my circle.
Everybody loves to see mistakes online and see how they recover from
oh my
them.
God, recover.
I know that everybody's not perfect.
Remember my crown, eyebrow, and my clay? I know I did one of the Lori Micah classes, and I took, I had a beautiful, beautiful woman image on clay and had her beautifully placed, and my fingernail dug over her eyebrow, and I was dying. I was like, I am not making another image. That is it. So I found this little crown jewel that was charm that was in my box, and I put it over her eyebrow, and everybody focuses on how brilliant that was. And it really was brilliant.
The silver paper.
Silver.
Don't forget the silver
Yeah, I almost
paper.
did another one. So here's the silver, and I'm going to place that onto the black. And don't throw, if you have the Xyron machine with the papers, don't throw that paper away. It's great for putting all your scraps. I'll show you when I make the magnet. Now I'm taking this piece.
I see why you love your Xyron.
Oh my God, I can't live without
why you
it.
wanted that big one.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 big ones. I have one at church. I teach the ladies at my church arts and crafts for their bazaar, and I do a lot of mass producing of items. So it's like, it's a godsend. It's a must-have. And I have every size. I mean, I really have every size. So this is the card, complete without embellishment. So you can see you have the chartreuse.
That's beautiful like that.
You have the black cardstock, you have the silver that gives the 3-dimensional look, and then you have your Yupo stamped with
I gotta
Ellen's.
get some of that silver paper.
That is, it's brilliant,
awesome.
yes. So now I'm going to do the embellishments. Oh, another thing that I did not do, and I want to share with you, because you're going to do experimentation. I had other paper. I'm sorry, I probably lost it in the rubble when I was moving everything. But I did use, oh, here it is. I'm going to show you.
One of the girls was
In the
talking
row.
about when I did this collage for my friend Casey at work. I did like a wedding collage for them. And the last thing I did, I dropped my flippin' paintbrush right on the groom's face on the picture.
Do you see? I know.
Oh my God, I gave him a goatee. I had to get another picture and then it blew it on top of that one.
So back to this Yupo. This is the one I did last night. And by the way, this is the funny story with Patti. So our last play date with Ellen and Patti, we were sitting here just chatting, and I was talking about co-creating. And it was kind of funny because I was telling them I really learned from just being around people, very creative people, creatives, and just playing. And that's when Patti was bringing up about doing this play date and having this streaming event. So I said, oh, that's a great idea. And that was it. So during the week, I come out of my car after work, and my neighbor Gloria says to me, hey, Don, I heard you're going to be doing, I saw you're doing a streaming. And I said, I am. So 3 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, I'm making this stuff to complement what the 2 of them are doing. So I apologize if it's kind of shaky. But this is the paper I made last night, and you can see there's pearlescent. It's the silver that I rolled through it. So it gives you a little bit of a metallic pop on top.
That silver, when you put that alcohol ink in silver and
Yes.
hits the blending solution, it really moves.
It moves,
Yeah.
and it fizzles.
Yeah.
It's kind of before it dries, it fizzles.
You can see the mica in it like rolling.
Oh, it does.
Like
It really,
yeah.
really rolls. It's so much it's really a lot to play with.
Yeah.
So now that the card is complete, I'm going to show you what I do with the glue pen for your toolkit, and this is really reasonable. So everything I'm sharing with you is either a lot of stuff you already have, and with alcohol inks, you only need a couple. You really don't need all of them, and because I'm pretty economical and very frugal when it comes to my art. So I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to test it on a piece of paper to make sure it's like a very pale blue. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a very pale blue, but it's a roller ball. And you can see it on your items. So I go around the silver. I just follow the line.
And it comes out that evenly. Flows
That evenly. And
just like a pen.
Absolutely. It's just like a jelly roller. And I do a couple swipes to make sure I have a nice flow all the way down to the seams. There's also, because of the Xyron machine with the paper, you get a little bit of an adhesive edge. It actually helps. It gives you a little bit more. Now I'm going to go around the circle. And what I love about this finishing, I'm all about, I guess, the finishing touch. I'm going to go around
Oh, look at you spiraling
her
in
spiral. And I love Ellen's spiral. And I love Patty's tangles. And now I'm going to take this dry glitter glue, stickles, dry stickles. And I'm just gonna. Oh, there's a fan. Where's the fan?
Woohoo! It's my hot flash fan. Turn that puppy off.
I'll put it back on after I stop glittering. Otherwise, we're going to be doused in cinnamon. And I just cover it, coat it, and then pat it down. Now, I wait a few seconds because you can see I have scattered little pieces here. Yeah. I use a brush. A very fine brush, and I kind of swoop. Very forgiving. You take your finger, you go over it, and you brush. And it'll get all the seams off, all the little stuff that you got there, and you just brush it. And it is done. All you have to do is put a gem, a button. I want to make sure I get that all cleaned up. But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
All you do is I just use my nail and go down some of the pieces and just keep brushing. And you can see.
So you're even brushing right over the part you just glued and it's not moving?
No.
Wow.
It dries that quickly. So you can see.
That's cool.
That you can do it immediately. Sometimes, just for our purposes today, I went over top of it. I would let it sit and then brush it, but I wanted to show you that when you're brushing from the seams and you get little caked up pieces, just use your nail and clean it up and then just brush back off. You can add more, you can not have any at all, but you can see that when I told you about the green showing, do you see how the glitter filled into the gap?
Yeah.
It filled it in with that little bit of adhesive. So I like that it's not a lot of glitter that's overpowering. It's just enough to make it pop.
Yeah.
And the cinnamon kind of softens it and gives you a nice tone. So I'm going to put this one aside and I'm going to assemble the other one.
Very cool.
Now let me get this back into its place. Was everyone okay with that?
Yep, we're all good.
Yeah, you're all good.
Yep.
Okay, good.
No questions. Everybody's loving
Everybody's understanding. Good.
Or something,
good,
but Zig has a pen like that too.
Do they?
Do
yeah.
I know Zig? I don't
Okay.
think I know
So we're
Zig.
back to this one. I'm going to assemble the next piece. So I have, let me make sure I have all my pieces. Because I was showing that silver piece. Sorry.
You're right.
Let me regroup. Okay, there's my silver. There's my black. Okay, I think I got it.
Ooh, I
all.
like that. Whatever that top piece is.
The top piece is the Yupo. So I want to kind of show you from scratch that this is what your Yupo is going to look like after you cut your dimension and then have your adhesive. What I will do now is I will take the Joann's stamp and I'll use the StazOn. Did I bring the StazOns over by any chance? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Al.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to take the StazOn, load up my stamp, and I'm going to do it from this angle. So I leave part of the Yupo blank. I go towards the top end, halfway. Place and then press. Oh, and it does stick. I will tell you, it does stick. So you can see that with the silver, it's a lighter bit of, it's just a subtle part of the image. Some of the Yupo takes a lot more of the ink. If you have the silver metallic, it gives a subtle piece of the image. So it's okay that it's not like thick and coating. You get the gist. You have the image on the back because you're going to be putting embellishments, jewels on it, and you're going to be adding some of the cinnamon stickles.
Awesome. Eileen's saying Martha Stewart has glitter pens that are really nice, although she's a nut.
Well, she can join our group.
Martha.
We're a nut too.
Hey, Martha, what are you doing? Come on over, Marty.
We're all different, right? So back to the blue cardstock. I'm going to put the black down first. And I did give the dimensions earlier of the card, so you'll know what that is from the YouTube. And I just kind of eyeball it, center placement. Press that down. Ugly fingers.
That's the way I like them.
I do too. Now I'm going to use the silver, which is a three-dimensional type of, I know, Patty is like, it's like aluminum foil that's been crinkled. And it's not. Just shiny cardstock. It's shiny cardstock. And it really does make a difference on your projects. Anytime you're doing anything with color, and it only takes a little bit, but it really does make a difference to make it pop.
Yeah, Pam, you got that right. Said Martha's a nut who laughed all the way to the bank. Exactly.
Yeah.
Prison schmizzin', she's got the dough.
Yeah, we don't have that problem, do we?
Yeah, not yet.
And now I'm going to apply the Yupo.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Now, you can tell, this is what the beauty of this. Now, this is the other thing I love saving the Xyron paper for, is anytime you want to press any of your projects, this is like the go-to. It's almost like a wax.
Really a good idea.
It's like a wax paper.
Yeah.
And so, go ahead.
You know what? That would be good for putting the polymer clay tiles
yes,
when you're making polymer clay.
Yes, exactly. I save all of my sheets and I use them for my projects. So it's really, I don't waste. So now this is how interesting Yupo is. Here's the colors that were on this card that's finished. And look at the blue and the green and the gold and the purple and silver. Just the difference of what, and this came from the same paper that was made last night in a different
keeping a page again.
In a different segment.
Really cool.
So what I do now is I take and I go all around the edges. So I will go around the black.
Loving your tip about the reusing the back of the Xyron paper.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Release paper.
It's release paper. It is. And if you had to go to the store to buy it, it's kind of like you're getting a double purpose. Like Patty, when you do your jelly plates and I do the double adhesive on them and I cut them in strips and I have excess, I never throw any of it away. I put it on that paper and I save it.
Ah.
So I'll show you when I do your stamp on the magnet. And all I'm doing right now, ladies, is going right down the seams like I did on the smaller. This one I'm doing the black, I'm doing the silver.
Yeah, and Rain uses it for paint palettes.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And then I'll go around the Yupo. So you'll get 3 different.
And you're going to use the cinnamon on that as well?
I'm going to use the cinnamon as well. It kind of pops it to a little, it has a little bit almost like an Asian flavor on some of the pictures. I don't know, it's just, it's
the
very,
cinnamon?
yeah, it's kind of an elegant
well, it's
coloring.
kind of a neutral, but it's warming to all these cool colors too.
Yes. So now what I'll do, even though that's on there, I'll have a little drying time. I'm going to take the pen and I'm going to do a landscape. And all I'm doing is arches. Back and forth, overlapping the arches, going around the seams to make a landscape. And then the magic with the stickles. It's getting good, getting good.
Oh. I thought when you did the arches you're talking about, that you were following the lines of what the alcohol inks made on the Yupo, but you're just putting them in there wherever they are.
You can do both.
Yeah.
So I've been doing it so much that depending upon the way the Yupo is moving, now you can see there's a lot on there. I'm going to let this dry because I did the other one before it dried. I'm going to let it dry and then brush it off and you'll see the effect. But you're pretty much finished with this card. The only thing that's different is you're going to add jewels that are up here, the 3 in the corner. They're crystals. They're Swarovski crystals. And then I use a sentiment, which is thank you, or you know, I have all these little sentiments that I did on changing the fonts on my computer and printed them out on cardstock. So that's all I did. I framed them in black, and then I cut them out, have them double-sided taped, and I slap them on there. So that's how I do my sentiments. So this card is finished. I can come back and do the embellishments. Now we'll move. How are we doing on time?
You're good. It's 1:48. But when we get to 2 o'clock, I'll kill this one and we'll start back up again.
Okay.
And we're good.
Because
and that way we won't, because so many people said they had to work or whatever.
Yeah.
Then they'll still see the benefit because I'll record the next one.
Perfect.
For as long as we're on, and then I'll push those out to YouTube.
So a spin-off of this technique with the Yupo paper was the Echo Art Board. They come in the 1.5, 1.5, let's see, 1x2s and 2x2 inch squares. They're a nice little square that, I mean, you can do anything on, little pieces of art. I love them. I make magnets. I love giving thank yous for when I'm, you know, doing things at church or whether at work, people do things for me, and I always like to have a token for people when they leave me. So it's kind of putting a little bit of your heart and your spirit in your work and passing it on.
You're asking if that's the same as scratch board.
You know what? It's not. It is a...
Is it more like clay board?
The scratch board clay board is clay board. This here, it almost is like a very thick matte board like you would use for photos. It has the texture of matte board, and it's thick, so it looks like they use some sort of middle type of core, maybe a wooden type of core, and they place that on there.
Can you carve on those, do you know?
No.
These aren't the
these
carvable
aren't the carvable ones. It's just like paper on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different material.
And
Looks similar.
And I think because when they have eco, or maybe it's eco artboard, and the surfaces for stamping, drawing, you can stamp right on top of it and color it or whatever you want to do. And this is the only place that has it. It's rubberstampconcepts.com. And I did put that on the sheet. So Patti sells them at the Queen's Ink. She keeps them in stock because she does a lot of her paper mosaics and her, you know, her tiles. I just used them in a different way. And when you're adding the polymer on top of it, it kind of gives it a whole different effect. So I'm going to show you some samples of what I made using these.
Now, did you ink right on those, or did you take your paper and glue it onto the square?
Yeah, that's what I want to show them.
Okay.
I did the paper first. I made the squares. Okay, this is a 2x2. This is a Thinking of You. This is Patti's stamp. Okay, from her first set. Is it your first or third set? Do you know?
That is from set number 3.
Set number 3. This is set number 3, Patti's stamp.
It's the dangle stamp.
The dangle.
The dangle stencil.
Okay. And it came in her large pack. And so, oh, here, I have it here. I can show. This is her set 3. And this is the one I'm using.
Those are my Etsy shop, Inky Obsessions. And my planner stamps, they might come in today. I don't know if they will.
So this will be a magnet or a little canvas. Now, something I have done with these is I get 3x3-inch beautiful frames, and I put that silver paper that Patti loves so much in the frame itself, and I adhere this to the glass. It is gorgeous. I gave it as a friend. I gave as a gift to a friend. So you can mount. I mounted this directly to the glass on the frame, and then behind it I used that silver paper, and it was like a black frame. It was beautiful. Nice. So and you can have any, like I said, any sentiment you would like. So I'll get down to showing you how I just cut it and give you the impression of what I have. So, let's go. Man, I threw everything over here, didn't I? I was like, what did I do?
That's quite all right.
I just kind of threw myself over here, and really, it was really kind of funny because I didn't know how we were going to do this. And when Ellen had the camera shifted to her, my section was a little bit smaller, didn't think it would fit, so we went back to Patti's location.
I think you were right too.
Yeah, so it really wouldn't have fit. So I pre-stamped that stamp on, this is for the 2x2. I do 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And the reason I do that is I like to have a nice clean cut like I did with the card with the scissors. This is where you're going to use your self-healing mat. And you're also going to use your X-Acto knife. So what I'll do...
Okay. You smart lady.
I'm all about easy. All about easy and making it easy. So here you can see your piece. Sorry, I gotta clean up this mess.
All right.
Woo!
That's a good kind of mess. I
it
like
is.
That one.
It's a good kind of mess. So let's get... Let me do this one.
Your hair's bumping the camera.
Oh! Sorry, ladies. Big hair. Big red hair. So...
Peeking in.
She's got her hair.
You know, I'm not going to recover from this. You know. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to use. I just took it off of the white backing, and I'm going to turn it over and lay it flat on my mat. Now I'm going to take my square and I'm going to place it where I have a seam around, just like that. So you can see I have the edges, the raw edges.
How you got that so exact?
She's not ready.
I know.
Okay. Yeah, anal. It has to be perfect. So you can see that there's overhang, and you can see that the square, you know, you don't see the square. And now we're going to take the X-Acto and we're going to cut those slices off. So that's what I got to find, my X-Acto knife. That's the next thing. Do you see it anywhere?
I have some right there in front of you in my little carousel, the white one.
The white one.
See right where the green tip is sticking
This,
up?
oh.
There's different ones in
Okay.
there. I hate that one.
You hate
There's
it?
a black one that's
Really
right,
good.
right there. That's
Okay.
a good one.
All right. Here's the X-Acto. Well, let's hope I don't miss a finger or a limb.
No lopping off a digit.
So I just start on the outside and pull myself in to the bottom seam and just follow it down and pull. That way I get a nice, well, almost a nice clean. I'm trying to adjust with this, there you go. I don't think I pressed hard enough. There you go. So you see that you have a nice little sliver that I put on the paper for other projects, because you may want to do what I use with these little slivers is I do a weaving technique. I do overlays. So I make little kind of weaving things with the sticks. I don't waste any of the paper.
Yeah, we got, oh, that. I see what you mean about her hair in the camera.
Oh, it's my hair in the camera again. Do you see? I'm telling you. I'm going to do something with this hair. Okay, there's the other
Donna
little
likes
stuff.
to stand up and work.
Yeah, I have to look down on my projects.
And we got just a few more minutes going, and then
Yeah,
we're
and then we're
cut,
going to cut.
and we're gonna come back live again.
Well, if I can get this done, they might not have to. How many minutes do I have?
3.
Oh, okay. I think I could do this in 3 minutes.
And that was and then you're done?
If I don't talk. If you don't let me talk. If you say, stay on task, chica. Okay. So, here's your perfect cut image. You can't even tell that there were any seams or anything. You get a beautiful, beautiful image. Now, the secret to this popping is I have one of these Molotov paint markers, and I shake it up. And you can use a very thick Sharpie marker. It doesn't matter. I was using Sharpies before Patti turned me on to this.
I like the flat nib.
I do too. This is how I get that effect. I go all around the edges with this black. And it makes your piece pop.
Pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
Jen saying the red hair in the cameras with jaws coming in. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my God. Just call me hair. Okay, so I finished that piece with the black and the cropping, and all you do next is you put a sentiment, you put your crystal or whatever stones you want at the corner, and then I use shells and stones to go where the glitter glue is. So then the next step is actually doing the glitter glue. And I will follow, like Patti said, some of the shaping of the Yupo paper with the alcohol ink. And I'm just going around the edges like I did. I'm going to put my glitter.
You're a machine.
I'm a machine.
Telling ya.
I'm blowing it. Okay. And you can see that the glitter is on there. So when you put your gems, your sentiment, and your stones, whatever you want to do, now you have your little piece of finished background canvas.
It's beautiful. And you think you can put all that on that little tiny thing.
All on that little
but
piece.
But it really, those little horn shells that she's got like a V shape in the corner there to kind of round up that corner. Really
Do
cool.
I have the horn shells there? Because I can show them. You can use little tiles. This was called, it says mulberry paper flowers, but they're actually shells.
And they're hollow and they're like little horns.
Like little, yeah. So I just used them. I looked at that, put the little bead, and the stones are from Michael's. So to kind of give you an idea of just what I bought, I went to the where the river rocks are, and they have filler I love all the stones they use for filler inside of arrangements. So I bought the little pebbles and then the little shells, and then I just buy all kinds of stuff and don't know what I'm going to do with it. So that's what I did. To make it sound eloquent, that's pretty much what I did. So ladies, that's pretty much what I have in project today. I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate my
blog post just went live on Paper Artsy.
Ah, yes,
Wow.
it did.
So
Journal page. No, canvas. Boxy canvas.
Cool.
I really thank you for your time and your patience, and I hope it was helpful and a good learning experience, as well as enjoying the technique. I'm going to put this back up here again for you guys to see for the information for Patti's YouTube, and that way you'll be able to get some of the stuff. But play with the stuff that you have. I can also do these little creations not on those eco boards. I just buy plain mat board of what you would use for mounting your photos. I have done that. I've made magnets. It's very economical that way. There's just, look at the products and things that you have around your house that you can do this with. Even if you don't have access to Yupo, you can use the Ranger's glossy paper and play with it. But I think, I mean, more to come.
If Ranger's specialty stamping paper would work.
Yeah, I think
that's coated as well.
It gives a more matted finish.
Okay.
I did try it. I do use some other stamps that I'll share with you next time, and that give a totally different effect with the papers. But I have to say, I've been really pleased with the effects, and it's a lot of fun of the randomness.
Yeah.
So, and it's been a challenge for me because I enjoy using Ellen and Patti's stamps. It's always like it's a challenge to kind of kick it up another notch on how would I use them. I was going to today actually use I do a lot of needle felting and stuff, and I thought, how could I actually use their stamps in a different way with clay and create embellishments for the work that they do, because typically when we do get together, I'll do the embellishments, and it's really kind of cool, and we always walk away with something new. So it's been a lot of fun. Thank you. And it went by fast.
Yeah, it did.
I know. So we still have a couple minutes because remember we crashed earlier and we had to come back, so that gave me a couple minute buffer.
There you go. You want to take some questions?
I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that joined us and took their 3-hour chunk of their life they're never going to get back today to join us. I hope you liked the format. I mean, although it was kind of sketchy with the handing off. You know, we'll work those kinks out as we go. But if you guys had fun and enjoyed this and liked this, we'll try to see what we can do about making it a monthly thing. And Donna, your neighbor, will let you know next time you're up.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'd love to see what people make as well, if any of this.
Yeah, so if you guys do any of these techniques and make anything, please post them on my art Facebook page, which is Inky Obsessions. And we're all on there, of course, and we'll see it, and then I'll be able to share it too. But if you guys like the format, let me know that. Let me know if you'd like to join on a monthly basis. If a Saturday morning is, I tried to do it in the morning because all of our friends in the UK, when I do it in the evening after work, it's so late for them. Although Dorothy Gibbs, God bless her, she's up there at any hour hanging in.
Well, it's kind of like us.
But I know, but it's you know, it's hard to, we're global, you know, everybody can watch in the world, and I try to make it as watchable as possible. And I will push this out to YouTube. So with that, we're going to wrap. Can you post all the Facebook links, please? Yeah, let me see if I can do that before I run out of time here. Hang on.
Clean this up.
Can't talk and think at the same time anymore.
And was I can't tell if my volume's too
Here we
loud,
go. There's my
you know what I'm
link
saying?
to my art Facebook page. You can throw everything out there.
Because I can be monitored.
Okay, and if you guys have something like that you know that we've done, or you read Ellen's blog, it's 1036 Arts. 1036 Art. The numbers 1036 art.blogspot.com.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Her stamps on Paper Artsy and Simon Says Stamp and Frantic Stamper. Mine are in my Etsy shop, and my stencils, of course, are on iStencils. So if you have any requests, send them my way via Facebook's probably the best way. or here is my email address. Don't anybody write this on a men's room wall, please. I've already tried that.
Oh, God.
Just kidding. There's my email address. So we're going to sign. Oh, there's this freaking cell phone's ringing
Chelsea.
now. Oh, it's Chelsea. Okay. So you guys go out and have a great Saturday. Try some of this stuff and let us know what you think and what you'd like to see. And we'll try to accommodate. So have fun.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's see.
Are we done?
I'm gonna hang on. We're still live.
Oh,
Don't
Darcy's
anybody
like,
do anything terrible.
Darcy says, go to Ellen's blog. She has a giveaway, and she's right.
Oh, giveaway on Ellen Vargo's blog. Try to beat me there. See you guys next time.
We should just